Welcome to 30 Days of Content Repurposing Tutorials, where I'm going to be sharing with you time-saving content ideas for busy creators. My name is Abby, and I'm super happy that you decided to join me for this 30 days. If you're the least bit familiar with me, you know that I love creating content, but more specifically, helping others understand the power in repurposing content. We put in all this effort to create things, and we only use it once or post it once, get a couple of views, and we get discouraged because we're not getting the impact that we want. What I want to encourage you all to do is we're going to unpack some of the things that you've already posted and utilize it again. We're also going to be changing content formats throughout this 30 days. What I'm going to be sharing with you is a PDF that you can get in the description below, where I'll break down all of the different things that we're going to cover over the next 30 days. I hope that you're ready to commit, because you can grab this PDF and check off and ask any other questions that you might have, that I'll be happy to share the answers with you. So this right here is just a welcome video to help you understand what we're doing and also get you prepared for when we begin day one. Here are a few things that I'd like you to do beforehand. What I'd like you to do to prepare is to go on your phone where you have all that awesome content stored, and I want you to make a repurposed folder in your phone. So what you'll do is go ahead and select the content that you have, any pictures or videos or things that you have used before or you really want to be able to recreate, and go ahead and just tap on those items. And then you'll go to this arrow here if you're an iPhone user, and then what I want you to do is either create or add it to an album. So you can add it to an album. If you don't have one, you can create a new album. But then you see here, I have a folder with a whole bunch of stuff that I just push repurpose. And then what will happen is when I go to that album, I know that I can work right out of this album right here, and has a ton of different things that I've posted or I want to post or I want to use or reuse again. So go ahead and create that, because that will help us a lot over the next 30 days. So you're not searching for things that you want to repurpose. You already have that folder. I know I've also said it before, but go ahead and grab the PDF so you can follow along. It should be editable, and you should be able to keep track of the things that you're learning, keep track of the things that you actually like or you want to learn more on. So go ahead and grab that to help you along this journey so that you can know what you can continue to repurpose moving forward. All right, Abby, that's great. 30 days of repurposed content, but what are we actually going to be doing? I'm glad you asked. Week 1 is going to be repurposing video content. 7 days of 7 different ways to repurpose the video content in your phone. Week 2, we're going to be creating and repurposing written content. Week 3, we're going to be covering images and graphics, and week 4 is going to be a hybrid of the things that we covered in the former weeks to complete our 30 days. Here's a couple tools that you can go ahead and grab just to prepare yourself for the 30 days when we get started. That's going to be Canva, Instagram, and CapCut. So head on over to day 1, and I look forward to spending the next 30 days with you. What's going on, everybody? Abby here, and welcome to day 1 of 30 days of content repurposing tutorials, time-saving content ideas for busy creators. Today is day 1, and today what we are going to do is we are going to repurpose a video that we've already posted, and we're just going to add some new music today. So we're going to start off strong with something that we've already done. So what I want you to do is go ahead and look for something maybe perform well, or that didn't perform as well if you've already posted it. And we are about to get into how we can go ahead and grab that video, exchange the audio, and post it again. If you didn't get a chance to watch the welcome video, I highly suggest that you create a repurposed folder inside of your phone. So that's you going to your phone and finding things that you like, that you haven't posted yet, and you're going to mark them and put them into a special folder called repurpose. So I have a number of different videos already here that I know is good to go, that I've either already posted or I'd like to continue to develop to post for me again. So for this particular video that we're going to repurpose today, I want you to find something that is maybe like a highlight or a recap of something that you did, an event, a vacation, things that just has videos, and it's maybe a clip, no real speaking, because we're just going to use that same video and put some new audio in it in Instagram today. So I'm going to take a video that I did, which is here. This is an event that I went to for a networking situation, and I have just different clips that was going on for what was happening in it. Now I have music on it, but I think it did pretty well, and I want to be able to post it again because I enjoy this particular opportunity I have to network with these ladies. So here's the music that I have at the moment. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to take this, and there's 2 ways that we can do this. We can either re-edit it in CapCut and add music from CapCut, or go to Instagram. I'll show you both ways. So I'm going to take this clip, I'm going to press this up arrow right here, and I'm going to send it on over to CapCut. Import the image into CapCut. It is here. So what we'll do is I'm going to tap on here, and I am going to take the volume and mute it all the way down. Another easier way to do that would have been just to press this here. So we can mute it, but I turned it all the way down just in case I messed it up. And now what we're going to do is I'll click back, and I'm just going to find some audio in the CapCut platform that might be suitable. Go to sounds, and we can look for different things that would be here. So that was kind of like a nice little coffee situation. So maybe I'll go to like fresh and listen to some different music and play it. You play it just to tap on it. Okay, so you want to find something that's a similar mood. Okay, great. This sounds great. So I'm going to go ahead and add it with the plus button. And now I have different music on here, so I can just play it. Okay, and what I can do is simply just go ahead and export that, and I can get that ready to be able to post again on Instagram, just to show another aspect, give another opportunity for the video to go well, or just show more people about the things that I do while I'm here living in Abu Dhabi, if you didn't know. The second way that we can change the music to this video is to head on over into Instagram and just choose some different music. But one thing you want to take note of is how long the video is. So if you see here, the video is 26 seconds long. So I need to keep that in mind for when I go and find different music, to know that it needs to be at least 26 seconds or longer, so I have enough to cover the actual full video. Okay, so we're here on my Instagram page, and one of the things that I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go over to my Reels tab and just see if I see any trending music or something that I like that I want to use. So let's listen here.
Do you know the girl?
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is tap and see how long it is. And great, it is over 26 seconds. So what I can do is press. All right, so we found the audio. We need to just double check that it's long enough to be able to fit the 26 seconds. So I'm just going to drag over here and see it's more than 26 seconds. Amazing. Also, one of the things that I'm noting is it only has 11.7K reels, which is still awesome because this still has an opportunity to go viral or to trend. So we want to try to capture some of those things before they are in the thousands, hundreds and thousands, because you have an opportunity to also be ranking on here. So quick lesson, these are the people who already kind of use it, and they've gotten some great numbers with what they've been demonstrating. And so now I'm going to use it as an opportunity to do the same for myself. So we're going to press use audio, and we're going to start new. I'm going to put the video here, and I'm going to press next.
Is important to you,
right? So now that music has been added, and I can press next again, and we can just review to see how it looks. Okay, great. Adding music within Instagram gives you the opportunity to use some trending audio or different audio that might be on the rise, so that you can have a chance to be seen or ranked or get on the Explore page or on the Reels tab using that particular sound with your video. It also gives your video a second life, or a third life, or a fourth life, but you're able to now demonstrate it again instead of just posting it the one time and not sharing that experience again. So after all is said and done, in today's video, what we did was we took an old video that we did, a highlight, a recap, an experience, and we changed the music. I showed you a way to change the music in CapCut, and I showed you a change the way the music, or maybe add some trending sounds inside of Instagram. Now, there's other ways that you can add different music, and I can show you that at a later date. But what I want you to continue to do is continue to look through your phone and see things that you haven't posted in a while, or something that you want to highlight again. And all you have to do is change the music to give that piece of content another opportunity to perform for you. Join me tomorrow for day 2, where I'm going to teach you how to repurpose a video with a voiceover and adding captions. I'll see you soon. Welcome to day 2 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm going to be sharing with you 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all you busy creators out there. Today, we're going to learn how we can repurpose content with a voiceover. Hopefully, you've already created your repurposing folder inside of your phone. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, check out the intro welcome video where I go over how you can create a folder with everything that you can already repurpose. So for those of you who are ready, go ahead and select your video. The video that I'm going to be using today is this one right here. And so what we're going to do, I actually don't have anything, but this is just a behind the scenes situation that I'm using. And now I'm going to take the opportunity to incorporate a voiceover and use it once more. What I'm going to do here is press this up arrow, and we're going to start off in CapCut. So I'm going to go ahead and send this over to CapCut. Now that we have the video in CapCut, what we're going to do is make sure it's muted. So we can press this mute button right here to make sure that there is no audio coming from the actual video. And we're going to head over to audio. And now we are going to press voiceover. So think about something that you want to say. So review your video, of course, and you can move the timeline to pick a place where you want it, or you can just start from the beginning. So in this one here, let me think about what I'm going to say. All right. Never allow excuses to stop you. So I don't have a studio, but this is my living room, and I was able to get a session done and complete and have another happy client. Get things done and scale as you go. So now I have my voiceover, and here are my options. I can review it. Never allow excuses to stop you. So I don't, okay, if I don't like it, I could delete it. And if I messed up and deleted it, I can go back and bring it right back. I can tap on it if I feel like I'm too low, and I can change the volume. All right, there's a ton of different things that we can do. Okay, even voice effects. If I wanted to make myself sound funny like an elf, there are a ton of different things that you can do. And the creative ability is on you for this one. I'm going to keep it regular. But one of the things I want you all to take note of as I zoom in here is it didn't start immediately. So I have a gap in it. So I'm going to clear that gap. I'm going to press right here on the timeline, and I'm going to split it. And I'm going to get rid of that empty space in the beginning so that we use all of the information as soon as possible. So it'll be like this. Never allow excuses to stop you. Now we have our voiceover. Let's go ahead and add some captions right onto this video here. So I'm going to press back, and I'm going to press text. Now we're going to do auto captions. There are many different ways that you can do this, but auto captions is a true lifesaver when it comes to CapCut because you have the option to do it manually. Huge time waster. Or you can do auto captions, which does pretty well with recognizing what we're saying. So I'm going to go ahead and press auto captions here. And you have a ton, maybe even too many options when it comes down to it. So there are different templates, and this is how it will look. If you want it to be a template, if you want regular things, you can also continue to modify afterwards. So I'm not going to choose any of these at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and press start and get the transcription going so that we can further edit from there. So now we have this here. Of course, you want to scrub through and just make sure everything is correct. For the sake of time, I'm going to customize these and show you all how to do that. So I'm going to press on it. I'm going to press here as well. And now we have different options. It's going to say templates, fonts, styles, effects, animation. This is where you can change anything that's misspelled. So if I'm not using all caps, let me just go ahead and go over to the never and make it a capital N. Great. You can choose from different templates. If you have any styles that you like, that's here. Some people will have different opportunities depending on the region that you're in. So if you don't have this, then you want to go ahead and just do the regular one. So I won't use any of these just in case some of you don't have access to it. I'm going to press font. This is where you can upload additional fonts if you have any, but we're just going to go and click the regular one. So I'm going to use anything that's just free and static in here. So I chose Rubik, and now we're going to go to style. You have the opportunity to choose different styles. This will change everything and make everything look different. These have like different backgrounds, but if you wanted to do it, customize it yourself, you have the opportunity down here. So we can change the size. All right, you can change the opacity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this one right here. I'm going to move it up. Now, mind you, whatever you do to this first one, it will do it to the rest of your text as well. But I can show you how to come off of that so you only are manipulating one thing at a time. So you have text, you literally have stroke, glow, background. I can add a different background here if I didn't like the other one. And you can change the color, things of that nature. So play around with this. If you have a specific style that you like, that you've seen, you can do that as well. So I just change this here. Shadow, curve, okay. You can go on for days and days. But so right here, this apply to auto captions is where you can edit across the board, or you can unclick it if you wanted to change something specifically. So I'm happy with the way that this looks. We can just check and make sure everything is looking good moving forward all the way down. So I didn't use my voiceover for as long as the video was. The video is 20 seconds long. I spoke for about 11 seconds. So I can just press on the timeline here and go ahead and split this because I don't need the rest of it. So just be mindful of how long your video is and how much you want to talk, or you might want to copy it or add some more media if you have more things that you want to say. Okay, and so that is the basic thing. Let's view it really quick and then we can export. I'm going to press this right here to view it in full screen. Press play. Never allow excuses to stop you. So I don't have a studio, but this is my living room and I was able to get a session done and complete and have another happy client. Get things done and scale as you go. Great. I like the way that looks there. So you have more options that you can do as you please. You can add audio if you want to. You can add sound effects, stickers, all that good stuff. And we can just export and post it to any platform that we need to, be it Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. Let's hop on over to Instagram where I can show you how to do this really quickly as well. So now we're over here in Instagram. So we're going to go ahead and press the plus and we are going to make it a reel. I'm going to scroll all the way over to my repurpose folder so I know exactly the content that I have access to that I want to use. And I'm going to find that same video we were using just a moment ago. Here it is. And I'm going to press next. Now I have this video right here. So we're going to go ahead and continue to press next so that we can edit it further. So I'm going to press the music button right here. And we are going to go over to controls and mute this right here. I don't want this here because this is just a sound from when I was shooting the video. And now we're going to go over to voiceover and we're going to be able to shoot our voiceover right here. Never underestimate the power of getting things done. Do not allow excuses to stop you. So I don't have a studio and that's just fine because my living room did the job and have another happy client. Scale as you go. All right, so that is there. And I can press done. And I can go back to the controls and make sure that my voiceover is there. Stop you. So I don't have a studio and that's just great. And scroll down. Happy client. So we have that here. Now, some people, depending on where you are for Instagram, you'll be able to add captions with this little smiley face button. You'll have captions somewhere around here. Now, I am in the UAE, so I don't have access to that captions options here, but you can add it there. A workaround for my people who don't have that, if you want to add captions, so Instagram will just do the normal standard ones that come up, but there are filters that have different captions. They're not the best, but it's something. So let me show you how to do that. We'll press the stars button right here, and that will be filters, and then we're going to look for captions. All right, and we see here there are a few different options for captions. Like I said, this is a workaround. It's not ideal. So I can press this comic one and you have a couple different options and you can be able to see it's updating the captions right now, but when I press it, never underestimate the power of getting things done. You have this in a comic book style. It works, right? If you don't like the options that it gives you here for the filter ones, you can just turn them off and just cancel it and have no effect there. The other workaround, you'd have to use another app, but you can just download this video right here and then put it in another app that you use to be able to add the captions and add it back. After you've added your voiceover and your captions, then you can go ahead and post it as you choose. As I said earlier, using voiceover and captions is a great way to be able to retell a story for some content that you already posted. So if you would please comment below with something that you have repurposed using the voiceover and using the captions. I love to take a look at it, give you all some feedback. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for day 3, where I'm going to teach you how to use text over your videos. Welcome to day 3 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to add text over video in CapCut and in Instagram. For those of you who might be joining us for the first time, I encourage you all to make a repurposing folder inside of your phone. If you're unfamiliar with how to do that, you can go and check out the intro video where I walk you through that step by step. This is a folder where we're going to have all of our information that we can just grab and go to repurpose. So I've already chosen my video, which is here. And the next thing I'm going to do is head right on over to CapCut, where the video is already there for me. So like I said, this video is where we're just going to add text over the video. So I am going to mute this video here because I don't need the sound. And I just found this pretty cool. I'm showing off just a little rig that I made. So I'm going to take probably about maybe 10 seconds of this. And I am going to split it by tapping on the video, press split. And I decided I don't want to use the rest of it here, make this a very quick reel. It can even be like 7 seconds as well. So I've muted the audio here, and literally what I'm going to do now is add some text over it and post this as just an encouraging way for people to be able to create more content. We're going to deselect the video right now and just head on over to text, and let's look at some of the options that we have. So we have add text, we can add some stickers, there's auto captions, which we won't need at the moment because there's no voiceover and there's no words on there. Text will pick up any speech and transcribe that for you should you need it, but we don't need it for right now. There are text templates, there are auto lyrics, and there is draw. So what we're going to do is we are going to press add text, and I'm just going to add a quick phrase in here. Be sure to use the equipment you already have. Now we can just add a style. There's plenty of different looks that you can tap on to see what you like best. I'm going to keep this one nice and simple, but you can further customize it with the stroke, the glow, background, curve, shadows, all that great stuff. A cool thing I'm going to do here is you all have heard those automated voices that talk over your videos for you reading the text. We are going to do that by adding text to speech. And what we can do is we can listen to all of the different voices.
Be sure to use the equipment you already have.
Be sure to use the equipment you already have.
Be sure to use the equipment you already have.
All right, and so you can choose that and add a voice to the text that you have. We're going to use Jessie because I know everybody knows Jessie. You press her name and then you press the check mark, and now you have that here. So
be sure to use the equipment you already have.
Okay, great. So I have this here, and what I can do to further customize it is, since I'm telling people to use the equipment they already have, I can just make a quick list here of what is in my hand. I can say I have an L bracket, I have a V-Rig mount, and I have the Rode Wireless Go 2 with my G7X. So just to give people an idea of the different types of content that you can do and sharing information with other people. I'll go ahead and do that really quick for you all. Now that I have that information on screen, I decided to make it even shorter so that I have the opportunity for people to watch the reel again and for me to be able to get a couple more views from people reading the information. I decided against putting the speech to text on the second part because the pronunciation might be a little bit weird. So we're just going to go with people being able to read it on screen. A few different options that you have here as well is being able to animate the text should you choose to. So you can click on the actual text, and then you should be able to choose a animation. And if you want it to animate in and animate out, you also have those things. So certain things will be pro, but the free one has plenty. So you have the opportunity here to scroll through to see which type of animations that you like. I'm going to choose this typewriter one right here, and we can just see that. Another thing that you can do to make this even more engaging is adding a sound effect. So after you found your animation, you can go ahead and look in the sounds to see if you can find an effect. So I used the typing one. So let's go over to audio, effects, and we're going to put typing in to see if we can find something that's typing. Take a listen to it. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and press the plus button to add it onto our timeline, and we can make it shorter since our video ends right here. Click on here, press split, and then we're going to delete that second half. So we have this here.
Be sure to use the equipment you already have.
Okay, so make sure when the animation ends, that's when your sound can end. So it ends about right here. So I can click on it, press split, and delete so it doesn't look super weird. Okay, so now that we have that done, you can add music from right inside of CapCut should you choose to, export it and put it inside of Instagram, or you can export it without music and then upload to Instagram and use any trending sounds and things like that that you find over there. The choice is yours. So now we're going to head on over to Instagram and do something very similar with this inside of the Instagram platform. So now we're here in Instagram and we're going to tap Reels, and then I'm going to tap Recent, and I'm going to slide all the way over to my Repurpose folder where I know I have all of that information that I want to. Tap on here. We're going to find that same video that I was just using. Click it right here, and you can press next.
I just want to show y'all my makeshift rig.
Now I'm going
I want to have a light set up.
Make it shorter, about that 7-second mark that we had before. Even if it's a little over, no big deal. Here's how you can mute.
Show y'all my
press
makeshift
volume, control.
I set up today because I didn't want to
and mute it. Okay, then you press done, and now we know that that is muted. And simple way to add text into Instagram is you literally press the text button and we can just say, remember. Sometimes I cheat and I like to speak because typing can be a lot. So I'll do this here. Remember to use the equipment you have. This is also a hack for people who struggle with spelling like I do. So I have that here. And what we have is Instagram has opened up a lot more opportunities for us to use different fonts and text. So you scroll through and see which one you like. I really like that one, but I'll show you some more and then we will settle on it and keep it moving. So some of the ways you can customize further is you can press this here, but then also you have opportunity to press the A with the stars and see that made it highlighted. That gave a bit of a background to it. And you can click through and just see all of the other types of ways that you can customize it further. So we're just going to stick with this simple highlighted version, but you can continue to play around with that there. All right. Not everybody has a speech to text feature inside of Instagram. I don't because I live outside of the US at the moment. And so I just won't use it. I also have this here where it will make it do some type of animation. This is also a typing animation, which is great. Other options we have is to click on this right here and we can make it shorter. So we see that we have it at 2-3 seconds. We can make it shorter and add some different animation. So I've made that shorter, and what I can do right here inside of the editor is add more text. So I can say I can type in the equipment that I have here. I'm going to find a different text for this one. We could change the size here. Press done. But what we'll need to do is shorten this so it doesn't overlap. And then we can move it around. We can also click back in here, press it, and press that background so it stands out a little bit more. And there you have it. What we can also do here is add sound effects from right inside of Instagram. So what we'll do is we'll press this little music icon right here and we're going to slide over to sound effects. And when you press that, we can look at some of the things here. It's not super vast like other options that we have, but you can look at little things that you can put there as well. What you have to do for these sound effects is listen where you want them, and then in time with the video, you're going to have to press the button. So for what I'm saying is you'll have to press play, listen, and add it at that particular time. So the punch sound comes in as soon as the text is coming in. All right. And I was a little bit late. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button here. And I'm going to just press the punch sound from now so it immediately comes in. And then I can scroll over where my second text comes in. I'm going to press whoosh. So let's give it a listen. You can play around with that more if you like, but also make sure that you go to controls and you just turn it down just a little bit because sometimes it can be a little overpowering, okay? And then press done. We can also add some music should we choose to. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of music here. You can look and see what you like or if you have anything saved. Let's give this a listen. All right, we'll go with that. Sounds pretty good. I'll press done. Now we have text on our videos and a few different sound effects along with music, and all we have to do next is press next, add a description, and post it. What type of text will you be adding to your videos? Let me know in the comments below. If you don't already have your copy of the Content Repurposing calendar and journal, you can grab that in the description, and be sure to join me tomorrow for day 4 where I'm going to show you how to repurpose with green screen. Welcome to day 4 of Content Repurposing tutorials where I'm sharing 30 time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, we're going to go over how to use the green screen feature inside of Instagram for images and graphics. If you are not using the green screen feature inside of Instagram, you are truly missing out on an awesome opportunity to repurpose your content with ease. Kev on Stage is a creator that uses the green screen feature all of the time. This allows him to give his opinions on whatever it is that he's talking about and be able to post more consistently by doing it quickly. So now we're here on Instagram and I'm going to press the plus button. I'm going to go over to Reels and I'm going to press the camera button. Now, the reason I'm pressing the camera button is because we are going to use something called green screen. If you don't have green screen right here by Instagram, this is how you find it. So you are going to press the stars button right here, and that is where all the filters are. You press search and type in green screen, and you're going to look for this one right here. This would be the green screen by Instagram. So once you have that, you can tap up here And now we're going to change the background. So they give you a couple suggestions, but we're going to change the background here. And now they have scenes that you can utilize from their own catalog, but we're going to use something in our camera roll. I'm going to go to recent, scroll all the way over to my repurpose folder, and I'm going to find the image that I want to use, which is this one right here. Okay, great. So I'm going to tap up here, so bring it bigger. What you can also do is you're going to pinch to make yourself smaller. So I'm going to pinch and pull myself down here. And now I have the opportunity to see 2 of me inside of this screen. So after we placed ourselves, we are going to tap on this button right here to record. Check me out here. I am at a planning event and you can see the focus in my face as I'm prepping for 2024. How are you all prepping for 2024? Let me know in the comments. So after I've recorded what I wanted to record, I'm going to go ahead and press the next button. The cool thing about this is I believe you have up until 90 seconds to keep on recording. So I recorded only a few seconds. What I can do for engagement is I can move myself just to change the spaces. Some people might not find it important, but planning is super important so that you can know exactly what your plan is. Also, I'm going to show you what to do if you mess up. So let's say I didn't want this clip right here. I can press next, edit video, scroll over to the last part that I don't want, tap here and press discard. Now, if I wanted to try it again, I can just press back and all I'd have to do is reframe myself so that I can do what I need to do. I promise you what you do today will definitely help you for tomorrow. So now I'm going to press next. Now I can't hear my audio. That worried me just a little bit. So let me show you what happens if you cannot hear your audio. You are going to press this music button right here, go over to controls, and make sure your camera audio is all the way up. Press done. You can also enhance it if it is low. What your plan is. I promise you what you. Okay, great. Now we can pause this really quick. We know that you need captions in your videos these days, and one of the things that I want you all to do is if you do not have the captions feature inside of Instagram, if you do, you'll be able to click on this button right here and you see captions right here. If you do not, I need you before you add any music or anything else to save this video right here. Once it is saved in your phone, you can take it into another app to add your captions and then re-upload your reel to Instagram. So let's pretend that I have captions on here. Some of the options that I have is to go ahead and add music if I want to. Not every reel needs music, but you have the opportunity, should you choose to, customize it further, and then we're going to press next. You add your description. You can either draft this or go ahead and post it. But this is a great way to use green screen to be able to repurpose your images and your graphics. Comment below what you'll use green screen for first. You do not want to miss tomorrow, day 5, where I'll be sharing my special way that I use remixes to repurpose other people's content. If you don't already have it, go ahead and grab the calendar/journal in the description below. Welcome to day 5 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm going to be sharing with you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be covering the Instagram remix feature, but make sure you stay to the end where I'm going to show you a special way that I use this feature that nobody else is doing. Today will be a little bit different because we will be repurposing somebody else's content through the remix feature. Not too long ago, Instagram released this new feature that allows us to almost collaborate with different creators and use their content in a remix situation. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we are in the Reels tab. Now the remix feature can be found by clicking on these 3 dots and you'll see a remix feature. You'll find this feature on most Reels, but on sponsored Reels and some other creators do not allow the remix feature to be used. Here's a little pro tip for you. When you find a video that you like or that you want to repurpose in this way, what I always do is I press save, and what I'm going to do is you use your collections. So I have a collection that is for my repurposed highlights here. So if you have any ideas or things that you want to do, or you want to repurpose other people's content frequently, go ahead and make you a new collection so that you can find it easier. Now here is where you can find those saved videos and those collections. You're going to go to your main page, click on these 3 lines right here, go to saved, and then you'll be able to see all of your collections right here. So now I'm going to go to repurposing highlights. For me, that's what I have done. And these are a collection of videos that I would like to highlight at a later date. I'm going to click this reel right here. If it looks like this, you'll need to click on it so that it fully expands, so you have that option to click those 3 dots. I'm going to click the 3 dots and then go to remix. Let's discuss some of the ways that we can remix this particular video. we can press this camera right here and we have different options. The layouts, which I'll show you all the different layouts. You can do a side by side, this is your traditional one where you'll see people just responding or reacting to whatever the creator is saying. And we have a couple different layouts here. So I'll click it again and it can be top to bottom. Click it again. You can have the picture in picture type view where you can, react. And then you have what I like the best is the green screen one right here. So we can pinch and make ourselves smaller to put us wherever we are, and we can just listen and respond or react to it. Okay, so you see the audio, the add yours, layouts, dual camera, things of that nature, but pretty much for these repurposing one, we want to focus on layouts. So I'm just going to show you the traditional way once more. Press this here, and what people will do is literally just be on here and just listen.
When it comes to being a creative in today's world, you need to be optimizing and repackaging and repurposing every piece of content that you put out. All of these.
So that's a typical way that people would utilize a remix feature like this. They'd be nodding and pointing and things of that nature, and you can further customize by pressing next. You can add things like text and stickers and things of that nature and just time it to be able to fit your needs for what you are trying to also portray with that creator. Then after you've customized, you can press next again, and you can add your description and things of that nature. The difference is when you post this, it is going to be a post that is kind of collaborating with the creator of your choice.
And repackaging.
Using remixes is a great way to increase your consistency and collaborate with other creators on the Instagram platform. Finding a few creators who are similar to your message or your niche and being able to remix their content is a great way for you to increase your consistency as well. Now I'm going to show you my special way that I use the Instagram remix feature, not just to point or nod and agree, but to insert my own personal opinions inside of the remix feature and use it as a piece of content as well. So I'm back in my repurposing highlights collection, and I'm going to choose this video right here. Remember to tap all the way through so you're actually inside of the reel. Now what I'm going to do is press these three buttons right here, and I'm going to press remix. I'm also going to press the camera, and for this one we're going to use a layout that is the green screen feature, which I love so much, and I'm going to just put myself down here. And here's the way that I'm able to give comments and speak on this reel. I'm going to turn my phone all the way down. The phone volume needs to be all the way down so that you are not picking up any of the audio from the actual reel and you can speak clearly. So let's get started. What a cool way to create content, being able to utilize the comments from your followers to be able to instruct you to do things like this. We have this creator here who's doing dance moves only from comments that she's getting from her followers. So you can do things like move yourself as well. So I'm moving myself over here. How are you allowing your followers to help you collaborate and create new and engaging content? All right, just still making it different so I can continue to interrupt patterns and things of that nature. Let's see where I can go. I think I can use something like this to help me repurpose content. So taking the suggestions from the people and being able to put it into action, just like she is right here. Okay, so we've done that there. And now what we're going to do is press next. And what we can do is go to the music tab. And this is where you see the original and you have the camera audio. Now, let's just hear it with the original. Okay, you can't hear me. But when we go here and we turn my camera audio up, we can turn this all the way down. And let's see. We collaborate and create new and engaging content. So this way, especially when you have a reel that just has music on it, you can still use their music, turn it down, and you can turn your voice up so that you can get the best of both worlds. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit since I'm just a little bit low, since I wasn't screaming into the mic. And I'll do it about, 2 or 3, and we can still get a good mix of my voice, but then still the background music so people can know it's a dancing video. I think I can use something like this to help me repurpose content. And like I said, this is a great way to give your comments and your thoughts and appreciation for the different content that you're seeing. What we can do after that is just press next, add your description. You'll be able to draft or go ahead and post your remix and still be a collaborator with that other creator. If you'd like a more in-depth full review on how you can create Instagram remixes, I have an Instagram remix masterclass that you can check out in the description below. Be sure to join me tomorrow in day 6 where I'm going to show you how to repurpose with a tweet. Welcome to day 6 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm going to share with you 30 days worth of content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a tweet video with your own footage. The first thing you want to do is find a tweet. So if you don't have X, formerly known as Twitter, I'll also show you a way a little bit later on how you can make these same graphics in Canva. I have a tweet here that I'm going to use inside of X. The first way I'm going to do it is I'm going to tap on the tweet and I'm simply going to literally take a screenshot. Once I have this screenshot, I'm going to minimize it and press done. Now I have this tweet that I can continue to manipulate. So let's head over to Instagram and I'll show you how to continue. Now that we're in Instagram, we're going to go ahead and press that plus button. Go to Reel. Now I want you to use your repurpose folder if you've made one, or find a video that you want to use. Pick a video that has some nice scenery. Once you do that, go ahead and press next. Now we have this video. So scenery is going to be great for something like this because you just want to share a message on top of it. I'm going to go ahead and press next. And then what we're going to do here is press this little sticker icon and we are going to bring in a photo. So we have this photo right here, which is a screenshot of the tweet. Once I've repositioned it, the other options that I have is to add music or to add different text and things of that nature. But this is a simple way to add your screenshot of your tweet inside of a video inside of Instagram. So after you further customize it, you can just press next, you can draft it, put your captions, or just go ahead and post it. Now I'm going to show you a second way that you can do it with a tweet as well. So go back to your tweet, and what you're going to do is press that arrow, that up arrow, and we are going to share to Instagram stories. Now in Instagram stories, what we're going to do is we are going to press these 3 dots right here and we're going to press draw. And I want you to pick a green background. Once you've picked this green background, press done. And I also want you to press those 3 dots again and press save. This is going to be useful for the second way that I'm going to show you as well. The plan will be to head over to CapCut to chroma key out the green background. So let's go over to CapCut now. Now we're in CapCut, we're going to start a new project. Scroll on over to your repurpose folder. If you don't already have one, you can check out the intro video where I break down why you should have one and how you can go ahead and do it. We're going to find that footage that we used a little bit earlier. Here it is. Add it. So now we have the video here and we are going to go ahead to overlay and press overlay again. And then make sure you're on photos and go ahead and bring in that green photo that we did of the tweet. By tapping it, make sure it's illuminated and pressing add. And here we can utilize more of the power of green screen. If you haven't checked out the green screen tutorials yet, I highly suggest that you do. So now that we have the tweet here, we're going to go ahead and press it and we are going to slide over and press cutout. When we press cutout, we're going to press chroma key. And from chroma key, we're going to pick a color. So you just drag this here and we're going to put it onto the green. So we know it's picked the green, and then intensity. Press that. We're going to slide that intensity over until the green disappears. Now that the green is gone, this is awesome. We go ahead and just press the check mark there and we can extend this. This video is about 11 seconds, so we can extend this out. Doesn't have to be super long, probably about 7 seconds. 6 or 7 seconds is what I would suggest for certain things, just to make it quick and allow people to be able to watch it again. That 6-7 second mark is great. Other ways we can customize this, of course, is changing the position. We can also do something like changing the opacity so that it has a little bit of transparency in it. So you can slide over, press opacity, and just bring it down a little bit, but not too much that you can't see the words, but just enough so you can see a little bit of the background as well. Go ahead and press that check mark button, and other things that you can do as well is add music, add further text, and things of that nature. So this is how you can add a tweet by sending it to Instagram stories, changing the background to green, and then chroma keying it out inside of CapCut. After you finish, go ahead and just press that export button and you can send it over to Instagram Reels and upload as you choose. Now the first half of that tutorial was for my friends who already have Twitter and can just take their tweets and continue to manipulate it from there. For those of you who do not use the X platform or maybe don't have access to it, I'll show you another way inside of Canva that you can have the same look and accomplish the same goals. Let's go. So for my friends who do not have X, maybe you don't want to be on a platform or you don't have access, what we're going to do is use Canva to create a similar type of message that you can use to share on your social platforms. So I've created a template for you all inside of Canva that you can get with the description below, and I'm going to walk you through how to further customize it. And we can do one of two things. I've made it green screen so you can chroma key if you do not have the professional version of Canva. And if you have the professional version, all you have to do is export as a transparent background. But I'll show you that. So let's get into it. So we have this tweet here, and all we have to do is press on the picture and we can replace it with our own picture. So press the replace button and you can go into your images, change the image if you choose to by choosing that one. And you can double tap and kind of just rearrange the placement of it. After you've done that, you can press done. All right. You can change everything from your name, all the things you can customize as you wish, from your name, your social channel, and your message. So you can change all of that as you wish. And what we're going to do here is, like I said, if you have the professional or the pro version of Canva, you can just press this up arrow here and you can press download. Once you press transparent background, if you don't want all of the files to download, you're going to want to press this down arrow right here and maximum limit. Click this here so that it unclicks everything and just click the page that you need. Press done. And then you're going to press download. So that will be downloaded to your camera roll. I'm going to show you the second version as well. So I'm going to press this up arrow and I'm going to download this one right here without the transparent background, and we'll use chroma key again. So I'm just going to press this down here, take this and only export number one, then press done. Press download. And that will also save to your camera roll. Let's head on over to CapCut where we'll continue to manipulate this here. Now we're over here in CapCut. I'm just going to add it to a former project so you can see the difference between all of the different versions of tweets that we use. So I'm going to press overlay again and go to photos. Now I'm going to upload this photo, which should be a transparent background that is from Canva, and I'm going to press add. Now you just see here it's transparent and we can just put it wherever we like. You have the option once again to scroll over and to change the opacity should you choose as well. You can put this at the top as you want. So let's go ahead and add the other one in as well, and I'll show you how to also take out the background. Press overlay again, tap on it here, add it, and it's the same situation. We are just going to slide over and press cutout, chroma key, select that green. You want to make sure it's a nice strong green. Press the intensity and take out that green. Press check mark and you can move this wherever you need to as well. So here is the tweet that we got from Twitter. Here's the one that we took from Canva with the transparent background. And here's the same one right here where we just chroma key out the green screen in the background. There's plenty of ways that you can manipulate this to fit your style and how you want to post your messages when it comes to tweet or text styles. Like I mentioned before, I made a Canva template with different tweet styles that you all can use in the description below. I'm just going to scroll through and show you the different types that you can add. So we have a plain one here with some rounded edges. I have a rectangle. And then there is a rectangle with rounded edges and a picture that you can add. There's a black one with rounded edges, a black rectangle with rounded edges with a picture, as well as a transparent one if you just want the words in white and in black without the background, and in black with a picture as well. Canva also has a number of different awesome templates as well, and I highly recommend that if you're going to continue to do this, that you invest in the pro plan. This is a great way to share content with your exact message and what you want to say in a text form. Are you on X? If so, what type of content do you post on there? I'd love to get some more ideas for what I can create in the future. Make sure to join me tomorrow for day 7, where I'm going to show you how to make a similar tweet video with stock footage. What's going on, and welcome to day 7 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing time-saving content tips for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a tweet or a text video using stock footage. Stick around to the end where I'll show you an app that will make all of this even easier. The first thing I want to do is make sure you all are aware of a couple of free stock footage websites that you can use starting today. So that's going to be Pexels and Mixkit. I'm going to be using Pexels for this demonstration, but Mixkit is also a wonderful free site where you can get lots of stock footage, photos, music, and even sound effects. I'm here in Pexels, and what I'm going to look for today is I'm going to look for some drone footage. I'll press done. I'm going to also press this down arrow and request videos. All right, and once I've done that, I can press return and it will do that. So also what we can do is go down to filters and we can select the orientation, and I'm going to select vertical. So we want to use footage that is already vertical so we don't have to crop in too much. We can scroll through here and see they have a lot of nice drone footage. That's why I put it there, because it's nice and scenic, which will go well with any tweet post that we use. I'm going to select this city one right here. What I can do is I can either tap into it and tap the free download, or you have the option to just press the button from right here. So I'll press that button from right there and it is downloading to my phone. I press download, make sure you know where all your downloads are going. But what I can do is after it's downloaded here, if you have an iPhone, I'm going to tap this arrow right here and I'm going to show my downloads. And this right here, I'm going to tap on it. And now I'm going to press this here and save it to my camera roll. So scroll up, save video. And now that video is inside of my camera roll. So I can press done and I can be done with that area. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a tweet. So I'll go over to X, go to my profile, find a recent tweet that I've done. That's all text somewhere. I'll click this one right here. And what I'm going to do differently, because I'm going to show you an app that will make this whole process easier. I'm going to press up and I am going to copy the link. Now I'm going to open up an app called Two Stories, literally T-O and Stories. I've pressed that there. And what I can do is I can just paste the link right here. Paste it and then press next. Now what it does is it exports my tweet perfectly. And this is a transparent background here. So we can just press download from here. Now I'm going to take both of my stock footage and my tweet from Two Stories over into CapCut. We're in CapCut. I'm going to start a new project and I'm going to select my stock footage here, press add. It's in a vertical format, which is great for Instagram and TikTok. And what I'm going to do is press overlay, add overlay, go to photos. We see our recent tweet that we just got from Two Stories. I'll press it and I'm going to add it. And overlay is going to be right on top of it here. So I can extend it. Let's say I want the video to last about 7 seconds. I can press the stock footage and split it and delete the rest of it because I don't need it. And now I have my tweet over it. So a couple different options we have for this here is to click on it here and we can move it wherever we like. We can also, one of the things I like to do is slide over and I just like to bring down the opacity just so I can see a little bit of the city in the background, but not too much that you can't see the words. So bring it there and we have that. So we can press the check mark and now we have our tweet. So you can scroll in some more if things are not completely lined up and just make everything lined up nicely. You can add music from in here as well, or you can go ahead and put it over into Instagram or TikTok and add your music from in there. That is a quick and easy way that you can create a tweet video with stock footage, a tweet, and the Two Stories app. Have you heard of the Two Stories app before, or do you know any apps that are similar? Please place them in the comments below so I can check them out. I hope you've been getting value from this series so far. We're already in day 7. If you haven't already, share this with another creator or personal brand or business that needs help with content ideas and even content repurposing ideas. I'd love for them to join into our learning experience. And make sure you comment if there's anything that you want me to address over my next 30 days. I'm doing these in little chunks here and there, so I'm not too far ahead of my schedule, and I'll be happy to modify the schedule for you. Join me tomorrow for day 8, where I'm going to teach you all how to make quotes in Canva. Hey there, welcome to day 8 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm going to be sharing with you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a quote graphic inside of Canva, but we're going to use AI. Be sure to stick around to the end, where I'm going to show you how to create a month's worth of quotes using AI. The first thing we're going to do is head on over to Canva and we're going to type in the search bar, quote. Once you've typed that in, Canva's going to take you to a page full of awesome templates that you can use for free or for paid. The way that you know which one is free or paid is if you look right down here, there's a little crown here that will show you if it's pro, and then if it is free, it will not have that indication there. So let's scroll through and find something that you like. You can choose a template and everything. I'm going to go for something quite simple today. So we'll click on this template right here. And what you'll want to do is press customize this template to further customize it. Now that we're in here, a few things that we can do to further customize it is changing the colors, changing the fonts, and changing the actual quote. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and once we have our quote in there, like I said, we can customize the size of it, the position, everything like that. I'm pretty happy with that. We can simply just share and continue to download as needed. But here is the great thing that we can do right here with Canva and also coupling AI with it. We can create even more quotes to last us an unlimited amount of time. But today I'm going to show you how to do 30 days worth. So let's go ahead and head on over to ChatGPT and we're going to start a new prompt. I'm going to say, you are a motivational content speaker. Please share 30 inspirational quotes for content creators. One thing that you need to do is ask it to go ahead and put it in a table for you. Please put it inside. And you're good to go. So look at that. AI is literally giving us different quotes that we can use. And also some of them are coming with the quote from the actual person that we can change as well. Can you please put the name of the person in a different column? We asked them to put it inside of a table, but we weren't specific. We're asking them to put the actual author in a different column. And we're going to need that for when we import it back into Canva. So you can just simply ask it. Let's see if it listens. Awesome. Now that we have this here, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of the different quotes that we have. Copy. We're going to head right back on over to Canva. And what we're going to do is we're going to press Apps. And now we're going to look for Bulk Create. And we're going to add this bulk create here. And what we're going to do, you can do a CSV, but we're going to enter in the data manually. Going to press that first cell and paste everything in there. So we have the number, which we won't need, but it's fine. We have the quote, and then we have the actual person. We can go ahead and press done. What we're going to do is we're going to press this here, and we are going to click on those three dots, and we're going to connect the data to inspirational quote, which is the actual quote. And right here, we are going to also connect the data to the person. All right, and now that we have that there, we are going to press continue, and it's going to automatically put all 30 of them inside of this document for us. Generate 30 designs. And now we have a document with 30 different graphics. And we can look at them all here, and it has the name of the person, even if it's unknown, already in there for us. These are pretty simple things that you can do. Like I said, you can customize it as much as you want. This should just give you an idea of how quickly you can get it done with the help of AI. Now, all you need to do is go through these quotes and make sure that the spacing is suitable. So for example, this one right here is a little bit it's taking over there, and I will just center it. And once you've done that and you make sure everything is spaced out accordingly to how you like it, you can go ahead and download all of these to be able to post on your social channels. You'll do that by pressing share, and you can press download, or you can share on socials, because Canva also allows you to automatically post to your social channel should you choose. I use a different platform called Metricool, which is also on here for me to be able to use as well. There are a ton of different ones. Do whatever you need to do to make that happen for yourself. Have you ever posted quotes on your social channels before? Is it something that you're interested in? I'd love to know in the comments below. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for day 9, where I'm going to show you how you can use your Twitter X threads and post them on Instagram. Welcome to day 9 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing time-saving content tips for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn those Twitter or X thread posts into Instagram posts. So we're going to head right on over to X and find us a thread to use. But what is a thread? A thread is when a creator has multiple things to say, and because of the limiting characters that is on X, they continue the conversation in comments that are happening below that. So here's an example of one that I did recently. As you can see here, I started it and it says show this thread, but I'm continuing to speak. So I'll click into it here, and you will see I have about 3 to 4 different things that I'm adding to the conversation. So you are pretty much commenting under your own piece of content. But don't worry, if you don't have X, you can also use a Canva template that I have for you. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can check out day 6 where I'll walk you through how to use that document as well. So you don't have to have an X account. You can also make fake tweets to be able to follow along with this same concept. One of the easiest ways to do this would be through screenshots. So we're going to start with our screenshots. I'm going to screenshot this one here, and what I will do is I will just crop out the date and go back down here, and that is number 1. Save it to photos. So we have all of our screenshots from X, but I'm going to show you why we can't just go right on over to X and post them as is because of some of the formatting. So now we're here in Instagram, and I'm going to press this plus button, and I'm also going to press this button right here so that we can post multiple photos. And we're going to start off, this is not the first one, so I'm going to click it to unclick it. This will be our first tweet right here. So we see we already have a little bit of formatting issues right here, but what we can do is pinch to make it a little bit smaller. But because each one is a different size, Instagram automatically formats the rest of them to that first tweet, okay? So when we go and click the second one, there's no way to pinch to make it fit the same size. And this is why I'm going to show you how you can import all of these photos into Canva to make sure everything fits accordingly. So let's head on over to Canva. All right, now we're in Canva, and what we'll do is we'll press this plus button, and we're going to use an Instagram story. And we can do 1080 by 1080 or 1080 by 1350. I'll do 1080 by 1080. So now we have our 1080 by 1080 Instagram canvas. So what we're going to do next is press that plus button. We're going to add our first tweet to the first page. So press number 1, press add to page. And what you can do is you can extend it. And then what we're going to do is slide over to create a new page. One of the things that you'll see is we're trying to keep that Abby teaching Afar in about the same place. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit. So when we scroll over, it's in about the same place. All right, great. So now that we have all of these here, now you have the option to change the background if you wanted to. I'm just going to keep this nice, plain and simple. We can, because we are downloading all of these particular pictures or images, we can just press this download button and we'll go right to our camera roll. But if you needed to export individual photos, you would want to press this up button and not the down one and be able to press download. And this is where you would select the pages that you want to and continue to download. But since I know we want everything, I'm just going to press this download one good time, and it's going to go to my camera roll. Now, one thing with Canva on the phone, once it's done that, this is going to come up again. And you might be tempted to save the 5 images again, but it's already there, so you don't have to. So now we're back in Instagram, and we're going to press that plus button, and we're going to press this button again right here. But remember, this is not our first image, so we're going to unclick that, go to number 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we can press next. Now we can see what these Twitter thread images look like for Instagram, and you can press next, put your caption, you can save it as a draft, or go ahead and get it posted. So there you have it. Another great way to be able to use some content from a different platform and post it on the next one. In this video, what we did is we went to X and took a thread post, took screenshots of them, and then put them over into Instagram to post them as individual pictures, or what you would call a carousel. Do you use threads on X? What type of information do you post? Let me know in the comments. If you don't already have the content repurposing journal and calendar, you can grab that in the description below as well. Welcome to day 10 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm giving you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make Instagram posts from screenshots. The first thing we're going to do is head right on over to Instagram. Once we're in Instagram, go ahead and press that plus button. And what I want you to do is go to recent and tap down. Now I want you to scroll, and you should see screenshots. This will help us just be in the area where they actually are. Once we tap there, go ahead and find you a picture that you want to utilize. So I've picked this picture here because it's referencing this very tutorial series that I'm doing. And I'm going to resize by pinching. You can also press this button right here, but I think that sometimes you want to modify it the way that you want to. So I'm just going to pinch and just zoom in to where it looks good on a few of the pages right here. So great. I'm only going to use one picture for right now, or one particular screenshot, and I can just press next and next again, and I can put my caption and everything and just post it. Now that is how you can do one screenshot for Instagram. If you wanted to do a series of them, there could be a few issues you can run into, and let's go through those right now. So I'm just going to press back. If I wanted to do more than one screenshot, one of the issues that can come into play is that every screenshot can be a different size. So for example, I can press this button right here, which will allow me to choose more than one photo, but when I click somewhere else, I cannot just pinch to resize it because it's based off of that first picture. So that is why, if they're not the exact same size, having multiple screenshots in one post might not work. But let me take you on over to Canva to where I can show you how you can do that. Now we're here inside of Canva, and what we're going to want to do is press this plus sign right here, and we are going to make an Instagram post or portrait. So you can do 1080 by 1080 or 1080 by 1350. Either way is perfectly fine. I'm going to pick 1080 by 1080. I'm going to press this plus button right here, and I'm going to press this down arrow and go to screenshot so we know exactly where we want to pull from. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find some testimonials that I can post. They were all different sizes. So I press this one here, and I'm going to go add to page. Once it's added to the page, this is where I can resize it by pulling on the other sides. I can even crop since I had the little reply there. Okay, and so I'll get rid of the little bit of the one. Okay, great. Now this is done, and I can slide over to create a new page and add my next testimonial. Add to page. Great. And let's just add one more. Plus sign. Scroll down. Let's get this one here. Add to page. And we just resize for formatting. Okay, can put this up here for the reply. Now I have 3 pages of testimonials that are going to be in a more suitable size for Instagram. So what I can do is press this down arrow here, and if you've been with me in previous videos, you know that this will download all 3 graphics inside of my camera roll. But if you just wanted to export 1 or 2, you can press this up arrow inside of the box, press download, and then you can press this arrow here with a select pages, and you can uncheck this one, which will uncheck them, and you can click the pages that you want to export and press done and download from there. But I already know I want all of them, so I'm just going to press this down arrow right here, and it's going to save it to my Instagram. And then we can come out of Canva, back into Instagram, and press the plus button, and we see our first one here, but I'm going to click this one first. Press that button where we can add multiple images, and I'm going to press the other 2, press next, and now we have those 3 screenshot graphics. This is a great way to continue to share the things that you curate inside of your phone. I know a lot of us take screenshots as little notes that we can take for something we want to reference in the future or share with our audience. Utilizing softwares like Canva is a great way for us to format nicely, or maybe even change the background and add some colors to be able to share those screenshots instead of just sitting dormant inside of our phones. I want you to comment below with how many screenshots you have saved in your phone. I'll tell you how many I have. 3,220. What are you going to do with all of your screenshots? Are you going to use this method to be able to post it on Instagram and other social channels? I'd love for you to let me know in the comments. Come on back tomorrow for day 11, where I'm going to show you how to make a carousel inside of Canva. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to day 11 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a carousel inside of Canva. Before we head on over to Canva, this is a perfect time for you to be able to repurpose some content from something that you've already posted. Maybe it's a video, maybe it's a former graphic or quote or something like that. But we want to bring out some quick tips that we can utilize inside of Canva. So I recently posted a video on Instagram about this very challenge or tutorial series that I'm doing. And 3 things that I'm pulling out that I'm learning throughout this series is that I have to have a great amount of discipline, consistency, and service. So that's what I'm going to base this carousel off of. So if you haven't already, decide what you want to talk about. Is it going to be different tips? Or are you going to bring out pictures, graphics? What is the carousel going to be about? Now, let me make sure that you understand what a carousel actually is. A carousel is just a series of words or images that are all together in one post. So it's not necessarily a video, it's not just one graphic or one picture, but it can be anywhere from 2 to 10 different photos or images or a mixture of both that you can share in one post on Instagram. Let's hop on over to Canva and get started. All right, now here we are in Canva, and one of the great things that you can do is always search for the type of content that you want to create. So I'm going to go right here to that search bar and press or type in carousel. Canva has a number of different templates that different creators have made that you can literally utilize and not have to start from scratch. So let's look through here and see something that I like that I could utilize. They'll have different amounts of pages and things that you can customize. If you look here, you can see that this has 6 pages, but you can also see the pro. So if you have the free version, you want to look for something that doesn't have that little crown, and you can move forward with what is free. But the ones that have a crown, you will need the pro version of Canva, which I always recommend that people have that before moving forward. So we're just going to pick something simple today. So I'm going to go with this free one right here for tips 4, because I have 3 tips that I'm going to be utilizing, and it has more than enough pages for myself. So I'm going to press customize this template to be able to customize it to what I need. Now that we're here inside of this template, we can see I have a title page and I have 3 tips, which is going to work great because that's exactly what I have in mind. One of the things that you can do to quickly change this over to your brand colors is you can click brand. I believe the free version you can put in one brand and have your brand colors and logos included, and for the pro you can have as many as you like. So for this first page, I'm just going to click this colors here and press shuffle, and it's going to change this page according to the colors that I have inside of my brand. So I'm going to click through here, see what I like best. And I always like this teal as one of the strong colors, but what I think it's going to do is going to make all of, if I were to apply to all pages, just like I thought, it would make everything teal, and that's not necessarily the look I want for this one. So I'm going to press back, and so I'll go to this page individually and press shuffle again, just so I can see what else it has in mind in terms of the color. So I don't mind having the white there and even having some of the red. Maybe I'll just change this red color into maybe teal again. So I'll continue down to this page right here and go to my brand, shuffle that, see how we like things. Maybe I will incorporate the red for this one. Why not? Okay, great. Go here, get a couple different looks just to kind of mix things up. For the eye for folks, do I like that? That's a little bold. So let's go. I'm going to do this one on white page as well, and maybe I'll just have this be the yellow. Great. And then this last page can be that bold teal, the full teal situation for the end. Okay, great. I already told you what my 3 tips were from a video that I posted recently, so I'm going to repurpose those tips to go into a carousel. So tips 4, that's a YouTube series. I'll add a number because some people like to know how many tips for YouTube series. We got green. 3 tips for creating YouTube series, great. My first tip is going to be, and I'm just going to change this number 1 to white so it makes it easier to read. All right, tip number 2, consistency. Number 3, service. Okay, now that I have my tips here, what I'm going to do is make sure that all of my names are correct. So I'm going to put Abby teaching Afar. Do not forget to change this because it might be a little bit embarrassing because my name is not Connor Hamilton. And I'm going to change the @name down here to Abby teaching Afar, and I'm going to take off the website because I use my Instagram primarily. So one of the easy ways that you can do this to make sure it gets on all the pages in the correct spot is just copy this. We're going to scroll down to the next page. We're going to delete this, but make sure you're on the page properly and paste it, and it will paste in that same place. So if it's white letters, you need to just change the letters. So we'll go through each page and delete this one, paste it, and change the color. We'll go down to the next page, delete, paste, change the color. Excellent. That is done. Now we need to grab this, copy, delete, paste. What we'll do now is we are going to change the color, but then copy this one since the rest of them are white as well. Go here, delete, paste. Oh, it pasted in the wrong place. So we're going to make sure that we copy it here and paste it on this page. It should go right in the same spot. So copy, delete, paste. And does it have it on the last page? Yes. Delete, paste, change the color back to white because this is a darker page. And make sure I grab this one at the very top for the last picture, for the last page. Great, okay. Take off the website. So I like to do all of these in a row so I don't forget a step instead of just trying to go page by page and fix everything. Okay, great. So we have 3 different images with text on this carousel. And what we can do is we can export it and send it right on over to Instagram. So we're going to take a final look through the design to make sure that we like everything that we've put in here. And we can download it and airdrop it over to our phone if you have an iPhone. Or what I like to do is go over to my phone, open up Canva, and just download it from the Canva app into my phone so I don't have to airdrop. So I'm going to plug up my phone and I'll show you that process right now. Let's head on over. All right, so here we are on the phone and we're going to go head on over to Canva. And the great thing I like about it is once you have one account, everything is kind of integrated. So we see the project here and we can click on it and we can just make sure all of our settings and modifications are looking good in here. And if I've showed you before, you can just press this one here because they're going to have all 5 pages download. Head on over to Instagram and make sure we upload it in order. Now let's go on over to Instagram and I'm going to press this plus button right here. And let's make sure that we start on the first page. So I'll press the first page. Press this icon right here, which means that we're posting more than one image or graphic. And now, once we've done that, we have page 1. We're going to have page 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we can press the next button. Now we can make sure everything lines up. Press next. And this is where you can add your description. You can choose to draft it or go right ahead and post it. Now I wanted to show you all just a simple way to be able to create a carousel right now using templates within the Canva software. There is plenty more ways that you can do it. You can do it a seamless way and things of that nature. But this, from our beginners, or people who just needed a simple way to be able to get some thoughts or images out there and on your profile instead of just in your mind. So I hope that you're going to use this method right here. Please comment below with the type of information that you're going to share in your next carousel. If you don't already have a copy of your content repurposing tutorial, content calendar, and journal, you can grab that in the description as well. Join me tomorrow for day 12 where I'm going to teach you how to make a question graphic. Questions, we all have them, but will you use yours to help you create more content for social media? Welcome to day 12 of content repurposing tutorials where I'm going to share with you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, we're going to be creating question graphics inside of Canva. Let's get to it. All right, so here we are in Canva, and Canva has a ton of different templates as I've showed you all already. So what we can do here is put question. So once we let that page load up, we can go through and look at all of the templates that people have already made for us to be able to use. Once again, if you don't have the Canva Pro, you'll want to avoid the ones with the little crown, and you can just look for something that is crownless so that you can make your questions. I like this one because you all know I like teal, so I'm going to click right in here and we are going to further customize this template. One of the reasons why I like question graphics is because it allows me to create an additional piece of content with minimum effort, and also it increases my engagement for anybody that wants to answer, or maybe I answer and engage with people in the comments. So we have this simple graphic right here, and you can just change the question. What does it do? I'll put repurposing. I'll put content. We'll minimize that. What does content repurposing mean to you? Write your answer in the comments, so always give them a prompt or a call to action for people to kind of respond. You can go ahead and make any further adjustments that you like. Like I said, templates are amazing because it's literally plug and play and you just modify as you like it. So those of you who have your brand already loaded up in Canva, the free version can have one and the pro version can have as many as you want. You can click through here and be able to kind of change for your brand messaging. I actually like the yellow for this time right here. and you can change your fonts however you like. I'll go with semi-bold, and I'll just change this color just to see. Let's see what, and I'll move this down. Okay. One of the other things I like to do for these, you can keep it as simple or as complex as you like. What I want to do next is add some type of graphic in the background. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to look for elements. I'm going to look for a question mark, just to add something into the background. And if you have the pro version, you see these crowns right here. We can press see all, and ooh, I like this here. So I'm going to add this and I'm going to put it in the background just to make it more interesting. Change the position, move it all the way to the back, and I'm also going to decrease the transparency, okay? And then also make sure that you change this here. So whether it be your website or your handle name, so I'm gonna put Abby Teaching Afar. If you don't already follow me, I'd love to have some more friends on Instagram or wherever you found me. Okay, I'm gonna change this to a bolder one, semi-bold. I put an effect just for the background, maybe this one. Or maybe I'll just put a background on it. We'll put a white background on it. Excellent, great. Make sure things are kind of lined up nicely. And I'm gonna just put this in some more so I can make it a little bit bigger. Move this down, move this down. And it can be that simple, folks. You have an additional piece of content that you can post just from questions that you have or your audience has. So your next step will be to download it and upload it to your favorite social media channel. And this will help encourage your audience to engage with you so that you can answer their questions and know more of the things that you can provide for them. Speaking of questions, what other questions do you have for me? We're in day 12 of 30, so I still have time to answer your questions. Please comment below and I'll be sure to include it as we continue on this journey. Have you ever been asked a question so much that you wish you just had something to give to people whenever they ask? Creating a freebie, better known as a lead magnet, could be the answer to your problem. Welcome to day 13 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can make a freebie, better known as a lead magnet, within Canva to share with your audience. Let's think of a common question or problem that you're asked about all the time, and then we're going to head over to Canva to be able to create a resource that answers it that you can give away to all those people. So now we're here in Canva, and I've decided that I am going to make a checklist. A lot of times I'm asked the how process of how to do things instead of just a straight what. So a checklist is a great way to be able to communicate your message and help people to get to the solution they're looking for. So in the search bar, I'm going to type in checklist. And now that we're here, we have a number of wonderful templates that other creators have already done for us here on Canva, and all we have to do is choose one and further customize it. Now we're here in this checklist, and if you like it, you can proceed with all of the customizations. If you don't, you want something a little different, you can always press the design button and look to see if you want to switch it or add a page that just looks a little bit different. So maybe this is too simple for me, and I want to click on this one here. I can click on this first page. This comes as a pack, but I'm going to click on this first page and it changes it. If you ever wanted to just add a different page, what you'll do is press the plus button and you can go back to even a different template and be able to select a different one. So you can have multiple different types of templates and checklists inside of one document. So I don't need this second page, so I'll go ahead and get rid of it. I want to further customize this one here, so I'm going to go and press brands, and I've uploaded my brand template into here. If you have the free Canva account, you should be able to put in one brand template. If you have the pro account, you should be able to do multiple. So I have my brand colors here, and I'm just going to press shuffle. And it's going to shuffle through and give me other ideas on how this can look, and I can decide on which one I like the best. I like this pretty simple one. I'm not upset with it. Things that we can do is take away this right here because I have a logo that I can add. So I'll make that smaller, put it further towards the top. That can share with people, and you'll want to change the names and of course all of the templates. For the sake of time, we're going to head over to another document that I've already completed that I can continue to show you all. So we have here repurposing checklists, just to help people think of all the other places that they can post their content instead of just in 1 or 2 places. And I've included the 10 places that they can check off, as well as places for them to be able to document notes and things of that nature. If you want a copy of this, you can go ahead and grab it from the description below. As I mentioned earlier, if I wanted to add any additional pages, I can press this plus button right here. We can go over to design and see what other pages we would like to add, or you can add things like your social media handle and how they can contact you should they have any more questions. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to add a photo of myself. Just down at the bottom, add some text at Abby teaching Afar. Change the text to white. I'm going to duplicate this. Say, have any additional questions? Can add my logo at the top. Adding a page like this is a great way to encourage the person who has it to continue to engage with you on other social media platforms such as Instagram or TikTok. And there you have it, folks. That is a quick and easy way to create a resource for questions that you get asked most frequently. Now you'll want to pair this with a good CRM program or like an email service or something like ManyChat, where people can either opt in with their email to be able to receive the resource or be able to shoot you a keyword in a DM to be able to get that resource as well. For instance, if you go ahead and get the calendar and the journal for this, you'll be able to walk through the process of opting in to an email and receiving that resource via email. Maybe that's something I'll make a video on in the future. If you have any additional questions about it, please comment below. Also, don't forget to come back and show me the link to your freebie. I'd love to take a look at it. Have you ever needed a way to keep everybody up to date on what you have going on? Well, a newsletter is a great way to keep everybody on the same page. Get it? Page for newsletter? Welcome to day 14 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a newsletter within Canva. You may be wondering, why would you even create a newsletter and what information would you even put inside of it? Thank you for asking. This is where you can repurpose the messages that you've been sharing on social media. Think of it this way. You can take 3 to 4 things that you've already shared and share it on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. This can help drive your audience who may have missed the information that you shared before, and also prepare them for anything that you have upcoming, like offers or special discounts. The main idea is that you are reusing information that you've already shared and putting it inside of one document for other people to read. All right, that's enough explaining. Let's head on over to Canva. Here we are in the wonderful Canva software, and we're going to type in that search bar, newsletter. Press enter. Now we are here. We can look through and see any templates that we like and continue to further customize. Now you can pick a template that has a lot of information or a little information. You can find something that's complex or very simple. We'll choose this one right here. Press customize this template. And this is where we can see kind of what we have going on here. This is a one-pager. This is great. So you can choose 2 or 3 things that you want to share with people, find some images or videos that match what you are sharing, update the text, and keep moving. So let's go over to the example that I made a little bit earlier. So here we have Abby teaching Afar, of course, and I recently was a speaker at a coffee event. So I added some pictures that we got from the event, shared a little bit about it, and also I'm sharing about this 30 days of content repurposing tutorials that I'm doing with you all here on YouTube, and about the challenges and things of that nature. I'm also shouting out a software that has helped this process become a lot easier, and it's called Descript. If you all haven't tried it before, it has been my lifesaver. If you know how to edit a Word document, then you know how to edit Descript. I have the link in the description below if you want to try it out. It's amazing. But either way, I can take this particular document right here and I can add it to my email list and send it out to them to keep them up to date. So what I would do here is I would just download this as a PDF. You also have a number of different ways that you can share within Canva as well. So you can look and you can share it as a link that people can view. You can share it as a website for people to view right here within the Canva template. You could also share it directly to other social platforms such as LinkedIn. But let's go ahead and press website so I can show you what that looks like. So you convert it into a website. You can choose for it to have navigation or without navigation. You can do free domain, you can purchase a domain, or you can use an existing. We'll just use a free one here and we'll press continue. You can do a page description. This would be great for things like SEO. And then you press publish. It's going to prepare your design. And then you can view the website. So here is your newsletter online, and you can share this web address on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Also, if you can see here, I hyperlinked a couple things that people can click to continue to engage with it. So it takes right here. These days, I'm learning more about how important it is for us to be able to engage with people on and off of social media. So my question for you is, how are you engaging with your audience off of social media? So we're on day 14, and if you've missed any of the previous 13 days, go ahead and check them out, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm not even going to ask how many photos you have in your phone, because I know it's a lot. Now is a good time to put them to use instead of them collecting digital dust where nobody can see them. Welcome to day 15. Wait, 15? Day 15, we're already halfway through this series. That's crazy. Wow. Sorry. Welcome to day 15 of the content repurposing tutorial series, where I'm giving you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, we're going to be taking those pictures that have been sitting dormant inside of your phone and create posts for Instagram using CapCut. So the first thing I need you all to do is go ahead and identify some photos that you want to use. You might want to go ahead and put them in a different folder or favorite them so that you can find them when we head on over to CapCut. Now that we're here in CapCut, what we're going to do is press New Project, and we're going to go to Photos. Now we're going to look for those images and select a few. So I recently did an event, so I'm going to collect some of those. I'll press this one here, this one here, this one, and this one. And now I'm going to press Add. And we've added 5 photos. But what I want you to do next is change the ratio, since 9 times out of 10 this is going to go to Instagram. So we want to make sure that we have the best size for it. So change it to that 9:16 and press the arrow. So a few things that you can do. You can either leave it like this if you want to, but one of the reasons why I don't like it is because of all of this black space, it's blank. So let's fill it up. So I'm going to tap on the photo here, and I'm going to pinch outwards to enlarge it to fill up the whole screen. Okay. And we're going to go and do that for all of the photos that are not quite large enough. So you see this one here still has the black line. So I'm just going to click on it and enlarge it. And you can, shift it over however you like. Click on this one here, enlarge it as well. Click on this one, enlarge it. Just make sure that you fill it all the way up. Usually those white lines right there will let you know that you filled out the entire screen. And you don't have to worry about this black part. This is just saying how much of the picture that we have left to be able to move it right to left. Okay. But inside of there, if you don't see anything else, then you should be good to go. And then last one, we'll click on it and move it all the way up. And you don't have to follow the white lines. You can go as close as you need to without worrying. Now that we have our pictures all here and we have modified the ratio size and also the size of the pictures to fill the entire frame, there are a few different ways that we can make this more interesting. The first thing, and the most simple one, is we can just go tap on the picture and we can choose animation. So animation will give us different ways that the photos can come in and out, or a combo of how they come in and how they come out. So you can do combo, and you can look at the different ways that the picture will be manipulated to go in and out. So we'll give that a test, and you can just look. So let's do this pendulum here. And you see it will swerve in and swerve out. And you can press the check mark. And let's watch that again. In and out to the next photo, right? And for the next photo, you can choose the same animation or different animation. So I'm going to press that same one and just see what it looks like again. Press it here. And you can also change the duration of it. So if you don't want it to be 3 seconds and you want it to be a little bit less, you can just move this little cursor right here to make it shorter or longer. We'll press it and we'll look at what those two look like together. So press it in and out into the next photo and out. Now, you can change for this one right here. Let's choose a different animation. There's plenty of them. Maybe you just want them to animate in. We can do shake for this one. Once again, you can change how long it takes with that right there. So animation is one way that you can change it and make these pictures more interactive and moving. Let's find another animation for this video right here. And we are going to choose, so you get quite a few. Let's go ahead and press swing right. And great. So for this photo right here, I'm going to show you another way that you can use it as well. So we're going to press, but instead of pressing animation, we're going to press style. Now style, there's a whole lot that you can do with it. It literally goes on almost forever, and there's plenty of different things that you can use with the free version of CapCut. So I am going to show you where I like the most, and it is going to be motion. So if you scroll over to the motion one right here, we have these 3D zoom and we have this 3D zoom, and I tend to like that a lot. So I'm going to press this 3D zoom right here, wait for it to generate. And after that, it just literally moves the entire picture. Now you can do that to all of your photos if you choose, or just do the simple animation. But this is just a great way to take those event photos or photos that you have and be able to animate them. I believe you can also do combinations. Let's take this photo right here and we have the animation in, but we can also add a style to it. So I'm going to slide right back on over to motion, and I'm going to pick this different 3D zoom right here. All right, so we have two things. We have an animation and we have a style added to that. Other ways that you can customize this further is, of course, you can add some music to it by pressing audio, going to sounds, and choosing a sound that you like. One of the things that I advise is that you can use the Instagram platform to use it to find some trending sounds that might be going on the platform. So I'm not going to add it here, but I'm going to press export. But like I said, there's plenty of things in CapCut that you can do to continue to customize this as you want to. I just want to make it super simple for you all. So I'm going to press export and I'm going to save this to my device. Now I'm going to head on over to Instagram and I'm going to press the plus button and I'm going to press reel. And now I'm going to press this video. Next. And what I'm going to do is press next again. Now I'm going to look for some music that I can add inside of Instagram. So press play. We'll just see what's... Okay, pick a nice, cool one. Press done. So we have this here, and we can change where the music starts and ends. So by just scrolling to see where you want it to begin. Once you find a part of the song that you like, you can just continue to press done. Now that we have our music on here, we can just be done and go ahead and continue with our description and posting it. Other things that you can do to further customize this is adding some text over it or adding a voiceover. But what I want you to do is think of ways that you can repurpose it. How can we use the video we've already made and extend it even further? In a different video, I showed you how to do text-to-speech. And also in another video, I showed you how to do green screen. So you can take this very same video right here and green screen yourself on top of it, sharing more about the information from whatever event or occasion that you were at. I'm going to put the cards to the videos that I just mentioned up here or up here, one of these two. But I also want you to let me know how often you do use the pictures inside of your phone to post on Instagram. Comment below. Now we're already halfway through this content series and I can't believe it myself. If you have gotten any value out of this series, my ask is that you please share it with another creator. I'd love for them to be on this journey with me as we think of more ways to not only create content, but repurpose it to be able to continue to increase your consistency and spread your brand awareness. The new year's coming up and everybody's about to make a bunch of promises that they may or may not keep. So let's create a checklist graphic to help keep your audience accountable, even if it's only for a little while. Welcome to day 16 of Content Repurposing Tutorials, where I'm sharing with you all 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make a checklist graphic that you can share with your audience to update as frequently as they need to. Here we are on one of my favorite digital platforms, Canva, and let's get started. So we are making a checklist. We're going to go right to that search bar and make a checklist because there's no point in working harder. We're going to work smarter. Checklist. All right, and once we have done that, what we're going to do is choose the category, because most of these checklists are in PDF forms that people can print out or use online, but we want to make a graphic for social media. So we're going to go down the category, and you see we have lots of different categories. We'll press the social media, and we're going to press Instagram stories. So now what we're going to do is look for a graphic that we like and then further customize it. And just a quick reminder, if we see this crown right here, that means it's for the pro version, but as you can tell, there are tons of checklists that are here for the free program as well. So we'll click on this one here and customize this template. Things that you can do as you customize this template is make sure you upload your brand if you have one, if you have any logos or brand colors. And what you can do is this template can be easily modified by clicking the shuffle button, and Canva will suggest different ways that you can customize this particular checklist. You know I like that blue, so we're going to go with this blue here, and you can change the font to the font that is with your brand as well. You can continue to customize that as you choose. Now, I've already created one, so I'm going to go over to that one and just show you what I did. So as you can see here, I'm going to make a content repurposing checklist to help people realize that there's other ways that they can create content instead of just one format. So I have content repurposing checklist here, and I have my question or my prompt or my instructions are content formats I have for my last post. So I want people to be able to think about their last post and see if they have it in video form, audio form, written form, or an image. Now you can do this any way you want, whether you're doing a 3-day, 5-day, 7-day challenge, but you essentially want to create a graphic that people can go and check off in their stories. So I'm going to show you now that this is done, what it will look like over in Instagram. Now we're here in Instagram, and there's a few different ways that we can start a new story. We can either press this plus button right here, and it will take us over, and we can click story. Or another way, if you didn't know, is you can simply just swipe over to the right and begin. So what I'm going to do is click here, forgive all my wires, and I'm going to insert that graphic that we just created. Other ways that we can further customize this is to add something like music. You wouldn't want to add any GIFs or further text because that would kind of mess up what it would look like. So you press this here and you can just add some music just for people to find it. And after that, you just post. Now, when the image is posted, what you'll want to instruct your followers to do is simply hold down the screen, and this is where they can take a screenshot. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this right here. And the reason why they hold down the screen is so that all of the other graphics that are in Instagram will not be in the way. And then once that person has that screenshot, they can simply upload it into their stories again. This is where they'll be able to press those 3 dots and click on draw and be able to pick a color from down here and check off the things on your list. So they might be able to check it off, and maybe they just say, I have it in these 3 ways. And what they can do is tag you in it. So they can put at Abby teaching Afar, right? So that you can hold them accountable. And they can just say, I just posted a new video, but I went ahead and customized it. So they can just make it pretty small, but this is a way for them to interact with you. Let them know, hey, Abby, I'm on task. I'm repurposing stuff. So it's a great way for you to kind of engage with your audience as well. Then they'll be able to share this as often as you ask them to. You can set up automations where people can DM you the word checklist, and it will automatically send it to them after you set it up and everything like that. But automations is a great way to kind of lessen your load so that you don't have to send these graphics out individually. You can also continue to show them how they can screenshot it. What type of checklist or challenge will you create for your audience next? Let me know in the comments. Join me tomorrow for day 17, where I'm going to show you how to make a poll inside of Canva for Instagram. Have you ever wanted to do something for your audience, but you just couldn't decide what would be best? Well, why don't you just ask them what they want? Welcome to day 17 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you 30 days of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a question poll inside of Canva for Instagram so that you can ask your audience about their opinions or what they actually want from you. If you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know we're heading straight on over to Canva, and we're going to use that search bar and type in poll. And also, we are going to change the category for social media and press Instagram stories. The next thing that we're going to do is find a poll or style that we like and further customize it. So one of these things is great for if you want to do a this or that, asking your audience what they prefer. Maybe you have a new product that you're coming out and you want to just give them a sneak peek and allow them to be a part of the process. You can do that as well. So let's search for something really quick where we can just ask a simple question. So I'm going to click on this here and I'm going to customize this template. As you all know, I'm going to use the brand guide right here to be able to click and just see some other variations that we can use, and then we'll further customize by changing the pictures and everything like that. So I'm going to press shuffle. I like this one. Okay, I can't really see the paper, but that's all good. That's why we have options, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose some seasons. I think that's pretty easy. So I'm going to go down to photos and I'm going to ask people if they like Christmas or Valentine's Day. So we'll find a Christmas photo. Let's put the Christmas tree. There we go. I can double click to kind of move that over. Good, Christmas tree. I'll put Valentine's Day. This makes, yeah, well, Happy Valentine's Day works too. Just another reminder that if you see the crown here, that means it's for the Pro plan, and you would have a watermark if you were to use it. But there are plenty of ones without it. That's for the free plan if you continue on that way. I have a little mistake here, so I can just delete that. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these options, and I will show you why pretty soon. I'm going to extend this box just a little bit, and we are going to say Christmas or V-Day. I'll put Make sure as well with these templates that you look around and make sure there's no other elements that share other people's information. So I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to just delete it. But that essentially will be the graphic. So I'm going to show you a graphic that I made a little bit earlier on that we are going to further customize, and I'll also show you how to use it in Instagram. So let's go on over here. So I have actually used this template, but I changed it and just modified it. So you don't have to stick with the template. If you're inspired to do something different, feel free. So I essentially got rid of these picture frames right here, and I just added different pictures. So you do not have to stick with templates. Templates is kind of like a springboard to create what you need. So I have this here, option 1 and option 2, and I'm just asking which backdrop people like the most. So I'll zoom in just a little bit. So you see here, this is my bedroom setup, and this is kind of like my living room setup. So I'm going to ask them which one they like. Now, I've opened Canva inside of my phone, but one of the things you could have done was downloaded it from your computer and just airdropped it if you're on an iPhone, or sent it over however you need to if you're on another device. No shade. But you can also open the Canva app on your phone and download the image to your gallery. So I'm going to head on over to Instagram now. And now that I'm in Instagram, I'm going to press this plus button and go on over to Story. And now I'm going to press my camera roll icon here and add in this option. One of the reasons why I wanted you to delete the options is because we're going to use the poll feature inside of Instagram for people to be able to answer us. And the way we're going to do that is press this sticker button here, and we are going to go over to polls. Press polls. Now we're not going to ask a question because we already have a question. So we're going to we're not going to fill this in. We're going to go right into the boxes here and just type in, since we have option 1 and option 2, we're just going to put in option 1, option 2. You can get silly and add some more options here, like just keep creating. So what will happen is when I click out of this, the question part, the black part, the question disappears. So now we can just only use this, which works great. So I'm going to shrink this down and put it inside of this box. Now, what really works well for this here is that when people answer it, you'll be able to get like a metrics that people answer. So I might be saying 2, 5, or however many people selected question 1 or selected question 2, and you'll be able to get that data from right inside Instagram and also engage with those people. So let's go ahead and post this here. I'm going to add this to my story, and I'm going to go to a different profile so you can see how it looks when people vote. Now I'm here in a different account to engage with that post that we just posted, and I'm going to make my option. I'm going to put as long as you're in the video, and you see I can see it's 100% of people, which I'm the 100% that posted, and then I've engaged. So let's go back to the other profile to see the data. Now I'm back in the other profile. I'm going to click on this image right here, and we can see the post, and we can see somebody answered. The way that you can know who answered is you're going to swipe up so that you can see the results. I'm going to swipe up, and now you can see that we have no votes for the other categories, but we have one for the 4th one, and you can even scroll down and see who did it. It was me. So this is a great way that if you were asking a specific question, or maybe you have an offer for somebody who'd like to take a 2-week class with you, or maybe even book a session with you, And I can go right here and just message them. So I can click here if it was me, and I can go straight to that person's messages and continue to engage in a conversation with them based off of what they answered. Incorporating polls in a manner like this can be a game changer for you, especially when you have upcoming offers or things that you really want to get your audience's opinion on. You can also further customize the poll inside of your stories by adding GIFs or music, adding extra elements from inside Instagram. Instagram really likes that, so I would advise it for sure. Now, your poll will only be up for 24 hours, but it's a great way to gauge, once again, what your audience is actually thinking and opening up opportunities for them to be a part of your journey. Will you be creating a poll soon? If so, comment below with the first question that you're going to ask. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel or connected with me on Instagram. This is my invitation for you to do so. I'd love to connect with you more. Why are people with thousands of pictures in their phones always stuck on what to post on social media? If a picture is truly worth 1,000 words, then we should never run out of things to say or post. Welcome to day 18 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to repurpose the pictures in your phone by putting text over those pictures. One of the simplest ways to do this is right inside of Instagram. So we'll click on Instagram, and what we're going to do is press this plus button right here, and we can go to Story. Now that we're in Stories, we're going to click this icon here and find an image. I'm going to use this image right here. All we have to do is go over to Text and type in our text. Great, now that we have this in here, what we're going to do is just press these three dots and we are going to save them to our camera roll. Once we've done that, we can actually come out of here and we don't have to share it. We can go to our plus button and that image should be selected since it's our first one. Move it around, press next, and now we don't have to put any filters on it, but you have that opportunity as well. And you can press next again, and you can share this image. So this would be a 1080 by 1350 right on your screen. But this is a great way to take an image and also share it with a thought on it for your profile. Now I'm going to show you the exact same thing inside of Canva if you want to customize it just a little bit more and have some more flexibility. Let's head on over to Canva. Now we're inside of Canva. We're going to press that plus button, and we are going to look for an Instagram post that says 1080 by 1350. This just gives us the opportunity to have more space to share what we have to share. And we're going to go to our camera roll. And once we're in here, we're going to look for that same image that we used just a little bit earlier. And here we are. Add it to page. This is where you can further customize it. So you can either bring out the edges to make it larger, or you can change the background and make the background a different color. But this is just a great way to make the graphic just a little bit different. You can use your brand colors here to be able to also share your message. We can press X here and add some text. So we'll go over to text, and this is where you can add a heading or a subheading or look for some text that's already done for you. And you want to look, if it has the crown here, this would be the pro version, but there are, once again, plenty without it. I'm going to choose this one here because I like the way that it looks. And I'm just going to move this up. Change the verbiage. I'll change the text by clicking on it and then going to edit, and I'm going to change it to love and learn. Okay, press done. What we can do is expand that so it goes onto one line, and then I can put Abby teaching Afar. Press done. Now, if I don't like where that is, I can click on this again and I can ungroup it since these two are together. Press ungroup, and now I have the ability to kind of move this down a little bit under those lights so that you can actually see. Once I'm done here, I can just download it straight to my phone and then head back on over to Instagram and press the plus button, and we see our graphic here. We can press next and continue to share that information. Add your description. You can save it or post it right away. I know sometimes content creation can be a little bit daunting, but when we think about what we have in our hand, the possibilities are truly endless. Take some time to review your photos and pull out those stories that you can share with some text over the photo. There are plenty of other ways that you can further customize this to fit your needs. You can add text to speech. You can add some moving videos or animations, and I've made videos about them already. So be sure to check out the text to speech video and also how to make videos with your pictures. Don't forget to tag me when you post them on social media, as I'd love to check them out. I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to day 19 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a quick video inside of Instagram using tips. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up Instagram, and then we're going to go over to our plus button, and I'm going to use this down arrow to find my repurposed folder. If you do not have a repurposed folder, go all the way back to the welcome video number 1, and I show you how to create that. So you have a folder full of content that you know you can just go ahead and repurpose. So I'm going to find the video that I want to repurpose today, and it's going to be this video right here. I'm going to press next. So this video right here is a behind the scenes video that I did with a client, and I'm just going to share some simple tips that I want people to make sure they capture whenever they have content days like this. So I'm going to reduce this to about 7 to 10 seconds because I want people to be able to look at it over and over again to kind of get the information. So I have it just under 10 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and press next. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this plus button for the text, and I'm going to add 3 things you need to capture at your next content day. Okay. And then I can modify as I need to, change the font. And then you also have the ability to change like the background. So you got to make it bold. You can put a background behind it. Can be white, can be black, can be any color that you choose. You can also change like the orientation if you want it centered. Now you put it in the area that you want. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add my 3 different tips. We'll go ahead and press another text. I'll change the font. Don't be afraid to play around with the fonts and the backgrounds because we want to make sure that people can actually read what we are writing. So I'm going to go ahead and change this again to a different font to make sure that it is readable. Even if I have to have the thicker background, I'd rather have that and people be able to read it than me trying to make sure they see everything. So I'll change this one as well. So you want to make sure that you have a good size so people can see and read it. Let me add my 3rd tip. Now, once we have our 3 tips in there, what we want to do is play around with the timing. And how we do that is we are going to tap on this first text right here, and we want that to come in the very beginning. I would like my tips to be revealed one by one, so I'm going to stagger them. So I'm going to have my title, which is this one right here, and you can see the yellow right here where it's highlighting what you are on, and I'm going to keep that on the entire time. I'm going to tap on the second one, which we see that is my second point, but I want to start with my short form. So you can either read it or you can see the yellow box around and see where it starts. So this one is going to come in just a little bit after the title. And then this is number 2, and I'm going to have this go after that one. And then this last one behind the scenes is going to go after that one. So we have first, second, and third. Let's take a look at that. Another thing you can do for pacing is to choose some music. So let's find some music and see if we can even time our tips to the music. So I'm going to click on this music bar right here, and we are going to find a nice sound that we can use. See what this sounds like. That's a little bit slow. All right, let's run with this one. We're going to press it. And then we're going to press done. Now what we're going to want to do is press this here, listen to the music, and you can also pinch in and see kind of the beats. You see the beats of the music here, and we can listen. Let's see. All right, so if I want my first tip to come in on that beat, I go there, and now I can just move this here. And when it actually, you can feel it snap to it. So I want it on that beat. So we have... And then I see another. All right, so this right here is that snare, that kick. So I'm going to go right here. Then I'm going to scroll down. Where's my second point? The pictures one. So I know that I want my pictures one to be extended. And I can find that point right there and be able to snap it there. So you'll be able to see. And then I want it. My third one to snap to that beat. So I'm going to scroll out, pinch out, and bring that there. So I have them to come in all on the beats. All right, so you see how it's just snap there. You have that. Great. Another thing I want to add really quick, since these are just quick tips, I'm going to add a read more text so people can engage in the description and I can elaborate a little bit more on why I'm giving these tips. So I'm just going to put in read caption and put a background on here, one that can stand out. So whenever you add new text, it automatically is time for the entire length of the video, but I want to reduce the read caption to after my 3 points have been said and give it another kind of like pattern interruption inside of the video. So I have it after my 3rd point and then it pops up. I'm going to change the area so it comes a little bit higher and people can just see I have a little bit more to say. Check out the caption. So let's check out what this would look like from the beginning. And from here, you go ahead and press next. You would choose your cover, your description, and continue to either draft it or post from there. A quick tip that I want to make sure that I give you is that you save this version of the video before you go ahead and post it. And you can go ahead and press this down arrow and just take notice that when you add music, it's going to save without the music. So you can add different music, maybe in TikTok or YouTube Shorts, but you want to go ahead and save just a clean version of your video without having the watermark on it from like Instagram or Facebook. To do that, you would just go ahead and press save and it will end up in your camera roll. Sharing tips with repurposed content is a great way to continue to give out your information to your audience without much effort. You don't have to get in front of a camera or anything like that. You literally just take the thoughts from your head, put it over some nice B-roll, choose a piece of music and post it. I'd love for you to share one of your tips with me in the comments below. I will see you all tomorrow. Have you ever said something or given some advice and been like, wow, that was really good? Well, now it's time for you to start quoting yourself. Welcome to day 20 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you all 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a quote graphic, either quoting yourself or somebody else, and be able to share it as a post on your social platforms. Here we are in Canva, and we're going to put in the search bar quote. So here we see a ton of quote graphics that all of the designers have contributed to the Canva platform. So now we're going to choose one that we can use for an image. Just a quick reminder, if you see this crown here, that is for the pro plan, but there are plenty, as you can see, without that crown that is absolutely free to use. So let's go right here and continue to customize this because I like the fact that it has a picture. So we'll go ahead and press customize this template. And what we'll see here, we're going to look at the dimensions for this because it's a quote graphic. On Instagram, you can share it as a 1080 by 1350 graphic and it looks like it's already there. So typically you'll have 1080 by 1080, but 1080 by 1350 will allow you to have a little bit more room. So we're going to use that to our advantage. I'm going to quickly go to the brand area. And if you have the free plan, you can upload one brand template. And today, if you have the pro, you can add as many as you need to. And I'm just going to shuffle it to match my brand style and see what suggestions that it comes up with. Let's go ahead and go with the yellow for today. So we see we have here two graphics of this gentleman here, and we can just simply just delete those, but also just take note of how it is. So we have one that is kind of the transparency was lowered, and the other one was a cutout where they removed the background. So we can kind of copy that style there. So I can delete this one here and delete this here. Go to my branding where I've added also some images of myself, and I can put one of myself, which is the front image. We can see back here it was a photo frame that already had the transparency lowered forward, so we can just add another image in there. So let's find another one of me in here, and it can be from different settings and stuff like that. No big deal. And as we can see here, the transparency is already lowered for us. So now we have this kind of a gradient, and then I don't really like it too much, so I'm going to go here and find out where it is. And I see it here, and if I can't make it smooth, then I'm probably going to get rid of it. I can just press delete by clicking it there and click the second one there and delete it. Now I'm going to take this back photo and just make me bigger. So I have a picture of me in the front and a picture of me in the back. We have this little light right here. If you like it, you can keep it. That's the great thing about the Canva templates is you can customize it as you want to, and you don't have to stick with what they've actually done. So because my picture's kind of cut off here, let's see if I can add another element. I'm going to add a shape. And this is what, one of the things I love about Canva is it's so customizable. So I'm going to add one of my brand colors here. Maybe is red too stark? Possibly. Maybe blue. Let's look at it here. I'm not mad at that at all. So I'm going to move myself over just a little bit more. So you saw me just move a couple elements around. So what you'll want to do is just play around with the graphic. See if you really like it and how it's designed and customize it to your liking. So I like this here. I have a picture of myself in the background, just kind of faded a little bit, but with lower transparency. Then I have a clear picture of me in the front with full transparency. And then you can customize your quote. So I'm not going to do that quote right now because you can quote yourself however you want. One of the things I love to use are my podcast or my long form YouTube videos to pull out quotes that I said that people might have resonated with or continue to like and comment on. So those are opportunities for you to repurpose the things that you've already said and not have to make up something out of the sky. I'm going to show you another example of a quote that I made a little bit earlier as well from another template. So we have this here and we see have a similar concept of a big picture of me in the background with one quote that I have as well as my name. So you'll be able to utilize, like I said, different things that you said maybe in an email, maybe in a newsletter, maybe in a video, maybe from an audio or a video podcast. Just be able to stretch your content further. This is something that you can sit down with maybe once a week or even once a month and produce a number of different quotes that you can have and assign a specific day and time for them to go out on your social media calendar. So maybe you say Tuesday at 12 p.m. I'm going to have a quote go out. And you can learn how to do that in another video I did in this very same series where I showed you how to make 30 pieces of content in about 10 minutes using AI and your own quotes. So I'll put that in the card above for you to check out as well. So what we did here was go into Canva and look for quote templates that we can post on social media. We customized a template that we already saw to our liking, added our images and our own quotes, and then we'll be able to download those and import them into our social media channel of choice to keep us more consistent online. Comment below with one of your favorite quotes or a quote from a person of influence. I can't believe there's only 10 days left in this 30-day series. If you haven't already grabbed the content calendar and journal, you can find the information in the description below. See you tomorrow for day 21. Have you ever needed instructions but didn't want to read an entire book or watch a full-length video to get started? Infographics give just enough information with the right balance of images and text to help you get started. Welcome to day 21 of content repurposing tutorials where I'm sharing with you 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make an infographic so you can share information and instructions with your audience. We're right back here in one of my favorite programs, Canva. And what are we going to put in the search bar? That's right, infographics. And now we are here in infographic, but one of the things that I want you to do is change that category and go right onto social media so we can make this a smaller size infographic. Once that gets loaded, you can scroll through and see which designs you like by all of the wonderful Canva designers and contributors. We thank you. And see which one you like. So we're going to start with something nice and simple like this one here, but take notice that this has the pro crown on it for the pro account. And if you didn't want that, you want to get something like this that does not have a crown. That means it is free to continue to customize without needing any of the pro features. So let's go ahead and choose that one for that very reason. And we're going to customize this template. Now, what you want to do before you get to this phase is think of something that you want to create that has some steps or instructions that you want to give to people so that you can have the text and the graphics in mind. So let's think of something that I can say how to post on Instagram, right? So number one, I'm going to say, so we're going to go idea. And what I'm going to do is go over to elements and I'm going to search for idea and look for a graphic that matches that. Boom. Also bear in mind that this has a pro version. So we're going to look at all of them and see if we have any light bulbs. There we go. Some light bulbs that does not have that pro version feature or icon. And I'm going to change the color of this. The reason why we use graphics is because a lot of times you can also change the color of it. We have this light bulb here, but we can't really see it. So we need to change the background of this icon. So we'll change it to black and just see if that matches. We can shrink that down. That'll work just fine, but we also need to change the color of this here. Great. Now we have photo. We can go right back on over to elements and type in photo. All right, I like to switch it up sometimes. Let's look at my brand colors as well. So I know black is included, so maybe we'll make this color green. Let's just go with those blue and blacks. Change the color of this here to white so that we can read it nicely. Okay, then you go ahead and continue adding more graphics to it. I'm going to show you another design that I started a little bit earlier, but you pretty much get the idea that you can give the instruction, put a graphic on there, give us a nice balance. So here's a graphic that I created a little bit earlier on how to create an infographic. So let's see what we did here. I started with a template that was already in the Canva library, and I just adjusted it to my custom needs. So I have how to create an infographic for social media, and we have step 1 is visit Canva. Then I have the Canva graphic for people to recognize it. Search for infographic. Here's the search bar to also recognize that. Choose a template. So I have a screenshot of different templates here, and customize the template as well as being able to download and further go from there. So as you can see, I'm not using long sentences. It's pretty much a couple of words, not even a full sentence, to be honest. And then I also use screenshots. So that's something that you can also use to your benefit, especially if it's something from like a website to where you can grab that graphic and put it inside of that particular template. So what I can do from here, once I'm done customizing everything, is go ahead and press the share button and download. I can share it as a PNG, download it, upload it to websites like Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook, and share that information on how people can use this as well. If you have a product or service or process that you like to share with your audience, an infographic is a great and simple way that you can share the information without overwhelming them. If you have been learning with me throughout this entire journey, I'd love for you to comment with how many episodes you have watched, and I will see you tomorrow for day 22. Have you ever wanted to make a reel with a video that was just too long? Well, let me show you how to speed things up with a time lapse. Welcome to day 22 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you all 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a time lapse inside of Instagram and CapCut. Hopefully you already have a video in mind, because we're going to head straight into Instagram. Once we're in Instagram, we're going to go ahead and press that plus button, and we're going to go down to the video that we have in mind. I'm going to choose this video right here and press next. And then we see we have a 90-second video, and we want to go ahead and make that much shorter. So what we can do is press speed right here. Once we're in there, we see we can slow it down or we can speed it up. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to go for the max and do 4 times. Now we took that 90-second video and we turned it into 22 seconds. You can also trim some of it as well. So you can trim it if you want to make it lower, but what we're trying to do is just make the video actually faster. Another thing you can do if this is not quite fast enough for you for Instagram is you can fully extend it once more, but then also you can press next. And what we can do is we can download this video. Once it's downloaded, we can go back to Reels and upload the one we just downloaded that was sped up. Press next, and we can speed this up again to make it even faster. So I'll press 4 times again, and now we see we have that. If that's too fast for you, you can go down to maybe 2 times and just speed up the 4 times video 2 times faster, right? And you can press next. Now from here, you can go ahead and put any text. You can do a voiceover, you can add music, but you have your time lapse with a video that is essentially faster. So if I were to further customize this, I'd go ahead and press music. We find a nice sound that we can use. I'm just going to choose this here. Press done. I'll add some text. Let's give that a listen. After you're happy with your edit, you can feel free to go ahead and press next, and you can go ahead and add your caption. You can draft it or post it straight away. The second way I'm going to show you to do this is right inside of CapCut. So we can go ahead and start a new project, find a video that we want to speed up. I'll use this one here, add, and what we're going to do here is press on the video. We're going to go to speed. And we have different things that we can do here. We can either do the normal speed and just speed it up as much as we want, or you can do a curved speed. So this one has where you can go fast and slow, or slow, fast, fast, or you can customize it. Inside of CapCut, there are different ways that you can speed up your video. We're going to do it the normal way today. I'm going to go normal, and I have a video that's about 1 minute and 49 seconds. If I go all the way to 100 times, it will make it 2 seconds. We don't need it that fast, but you can see here how long it will make the video. As I scale back, see 14 seconds, 15 seconds here. But we can see how long we want the video to actually be. So let's just say I want the video to be about 10 seconds. So I can speed that up. That's what I really enjoy about this program. You can kind of customize as you need to. Go a little bit faster. All right, we got about 7 seconds here. We can press the plus button, and now let's see what it looks like. All right, so if this is too choppy for you, what you can do, the choppiness is just the fact that it's not a smooth one, it's a little choppy. We can press the normal again. We can put it back to its normal speed, and what we can do is we can cut down some of the video. So I'm going to take about 30 seconds of this video here, and I'm going to split it with the split button and then press delete for the second half. And for this 30 seconds, I'm going to speed this up until it's about 7 seconds. Again, 8 seconds. All right, press the arrow, press the check mark. And we can see this is a lot smoother because it had less information to speed up or chop out so that we can have this video in 7 seconds. Once you're happy with that, there are a ton of other things that you can do inside of CapCut to further customize this. But if you just wanted a longer video sped up inside of CapCut, that'd be a great way to do it. And you would just export and take the same moves that you did when we were just in Instagram a little bit earlier. Other ways that you can continue to customize videos like this is, of course, adding music. You can add text. You can even add a voiceover. And in this series, I go over a ton of different ideas that you can incorporate for videos such as this. So what we did in today's lesson was we took a longer video from our phone and we put it inside of Instagram and CapCut to use the speeding up feature to turn it into a time lapse that we can share on our social platforms with music or with a voiceover. Be sure to grab the content calendar and journal in the description below so that you can take notes on your favorite content ideas from this series. Do you need a quick way to share a visual and a thought? You should try something like this. Welcome to day 23 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to take a video from your phone, speed it up into a time lapse, and also share a message with a tweet graphic. So today we're going to start off in CapCut and we're going to start a new project. We're going to find a video that we want to use to speed up. I'm going to use this one right here and go ahead and press add. Now we see that this video is about 1 minute and 49 seconds. I don't need all of that time. So what I'm going to do is I am going to speed it up. So I'll press on the video, then I'll press speed. I'm going to go for normal and I'm going to probably speed it up about 2 times. Now it's still pretty long. I'm going to check how it looks to see if I like how it is sped up. It's not fast enough, so I'm going to press normal again, speed it up to about 5 times and see if I like the look. I don't want it to be too choppy or anything, so we'll just check it out here. That's not bad. So what I'm going to do, instead of speeding it up further, I'm just going to take as much of it as I want, which is about 7 seconds. So I have it at 7 seconds here. Click on it. I'm going to press this back arrow and press split. And I'm going to delete the rest of it because I don't need it. If I were to continue to speed it up, it would have made it look really choppy and almost stop motion like. No need for that. Now that I have my video, it's time for me to find my tweet. So I'm going to head right on over to X and find the tweet that I want to use. And here is my tweet here. What I'm going to do is just take a screenshot of this tweet right here and just crop out the rest of it and use that as a graphic and press done and save the photos, and then go back to CapCut and I can add that as an overlay. Add overlay, photos, find the photo and add it. And that is one way that I can add that particular photo on there. Now that we have that overlay on here, we can just extend it to meet the 7 seconds mark. You usually feel a little vibration to let you know that it snapped into the right place, so it's not going to overextend it. Other things that we can do with this particular tweet is we can tap on it and reduce the opacity by sliding over just to make it just a little bit transparent, to see a little bit more of me in the back, but you don't want to make it too much because it will make the whole thing disappear. So we have that there, and we can press the plus button. Now all we have to do is press export, save to device, press done, and head on over to Instagram. Make sure we press the plus button and make sure we're in Reels. Now we can just use the video that we just made and go ahead and press next. Now we have a former video that we have with a tweet, and now it is a new piece of content. You press next to further customize it, and you have the opportunities to add music, add filters, add different stickers and things of that nature. So if you were to further customize this, I go ahead to music, find a nice sound that you want, or you can do a voiceover, things of that nature. You have options here. So in this video, we took an older video and turned it into a time lapse, and then we took a tweet from X and put it as an overlay over this video. This is a great way to show some behind the scenes footage of you as well as a message that you want to share to your audience. Throughout this series, I also showed you a few different ways that you can add text or add graphics onto your video, so I'll make sure to link them in the cards above. This series is quickly coming to a close, but I would love for you to leave me a comment with some tutorials you'd like to see me do in the future. Ever wonder how you can make cool animated text on your videos like this? Keep watching. Welcome to day 24 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you 30 days of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make animated text on your videos using Canva and CapCut. We're going to start by opening up the Canva app, and then we're going to press the plus button, and we are looking for anything that's like an Instagram story, which is 1080 by 1920. Now, once we have this, what we're going to want to do is press on the background, and I'm going to change the color to green, like green. And we're going to start there because later on you'll understand why. What we're going to do next is press this plus button, and we can either add some plain text with heading and change it to our brand, or we can look at some of the templates that we have down here. And I like this one, so let's start with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on it to customize it, and I press edit, and I'm going to change this to Happy Holidays. All right, and then press done, and we can go to the second part of this, and you can either ungroup it and delete it if you don't want to, or continue to modify it. Once you've changed the text to the way that you like it, you can continue to customize it by just pressing on it. If you want to change the font and continue to experiment to see what else looks good, you have that option. What I'm going to do next is go ahead and change the font color. So I'm going to tap on it, slide over, press color, and then I'm going to change it to white. I also need to change the secondary one, so I'll click on that, slide over, color, change that to white as well. I'm also going to make it a little bit bigger to fill up the frame a little bit more. I don't mind it being in the middle, that's great. And then I'm also going to be adding in a picture. So we'll go right to the plus sign, and I'm going to scroll over to my brand where I've already uploaded some transparent pictures of me. So I'll go here, click this one right here. Now we're just going to find a place for it here. Make sure it's at the very bottom. Great. Make it a little bit larger so I fill up a little bit more of the frame. We have our text and our picture. Now it's time to animate. So I'm going to click on this text right here, and I'm going to scroll over to animate. I'll press animate. We have lots of different options here. You can press on these and play around with them to see what you like. What I'm going to do today is this is all. Then there's tools. You can actually create your own animation. I'll go over that in another video. There are basic ones like we just saw, rise and everything like that. You have writing, where it's typing it up. You can have exaggerated, where it will just do different things, play around with it. But I like our motion effects because this will kind of linger a little bit longer. I'm going to press pulse, and you'll see how it kind of pulses in and out. One of the things that you want to take note of if you press one of these and you don't want it is you can press on it and you can change the intensity, but if you don't like it, you can also remove the animation. This is one that you can also like literally combine them. So you can have it flicker and you can have it pulse if you want it to. But once again, if you don't want both of them on there, just click on it and press remove animation. I'm going to press on the second part of this here, and I'm also going to add an animation and a motion effect, and I'm going to do wiggle. I don't like that very much, or I want to change the intensity, and I'll just make it wiggle just a little bit. And maybe for happy holidays, I will also modify that intensity a little bit as well. So if you ever want to modify the intensity and you can't find it, right next to effects, the scrapbook, it just shows you what actual motion effects. So that's why you won't see animate anymore. So it's pulsing. I think I'm just going to lower this down a little bit more just so we have some moving effects, but it's not too intense that it's going to make people like, queasy or something like that. Okay, great. So now that that's set, I can also animate my picture. So we'll go over here and slide over, and we'll choose animate. Maybe I want my photo just to zoom in or come down, but let's find a nice animation that will match what we got going on here. I'll have it rise up. I like that. And remember, we have most of the same opportunities that we have for the text for the picture as well. So I have that. So let's give it a play and watch it. Awesome. All right, so what we're going to do now is we can download this because now it is a video since we animated the text and the picture. So we'll press on this up arrow and we're going to download, and you want to download an MP4. Download. This is what the downloaded version will look like in your phone. Great, now what we're going to do is head on over to CapCut to further customize. So we're here in CapCut and we're going to start a new project. What I want you to do is bring in some former media, something that you can have as a background, and then we're going to overlay what we just did. So I'll start a new project and I'm going to find a video. Let's use this one right here and I'm going to press add. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go to overlay, add overlay, and we're adding that last video that we did, which is right here. We press it and we can just press add. Now we have this overlay. I'm going to go ahead from now and resize it. So make sure that it's tapped. I'm going to click on it and then pinch up to make sure that it's filling the frame. Now what we're going to do for this is go to cutout and we are going to do chroma key and we're going to select the green. After we've selected the green, you'll see that the green is what's selected by the outline. We're going to press intensity and make this intensity go up some until all the green disappears from the back. But don't make it too much because then everything else will start to disappear. But once you see that big green, that's why we chose a nice bright green. Once we see that go away, we can press the check button and then be done there. What I'm noticing a little bit is that I'm not filling all of the frames, so I'll just go a little bit bigger. But now we have this here. Now we can check to see how it looks. Great. And what we can do is we can make this first clip right here shorter by clicking on it and splitting it, deleting the second half. We also want to make sure that it's muted if you don't need the sound from the back. So you can just click on it and press this volume button and you can bring it down, or you could have just pressed mute over there. So now that we have this, we can also click in the background here if we want to lower the opacity so that the animation in the picture can be seen a little bit better. We're going to scroll all the way down until we see opacity and just lower the opacity just a little bit more. After we've done that, we can go ahead and export that video, save it to our device, then head on over to Instagram to upload it. Press the plus button, make sure that you're on reel, press your video right here, press next, and then next again. And once again, other ways that you can further customize this is by adding music and other stickers and things of that nature. So what we learned in this video was a pretty simple way to utilize Canva to be able to animate our text and videos. Export it with a green screen. We can take it over into CapCut to add as an overlay over some footage that we already have on our phone. Once we remove that green screen, we have the opportunity to export and add it to Instagram as a new reel. I'd love for you to comment below with other ways that you customize your reels. It's hard to believe that we have less than a week left in this 30-day series, but it will always be here for you to enjoy. So please go ahead and like and subscribe for more tutorials like these. It is time to work smarter and not harder. Did you know that Instagram has pre-made templates that you can put in your own content and it will make the reel for you? Keep watching to find out more. Welcome to day 25 of Content Repurposing Tutorials, where I'm sharing with you all time-saving content ideas for every busy creator out there. Today, I'm going to be showing you how you can create reels with Instagram templates. First thing we need to do is head on over to Instagram. Go ahead and open up Instagram. We're going to press that plus button and then make sure that you are on reel. Now, at the top, you should see something called templates. And we're going to click on templates. You can even swipe through and see what they look like. You can also check the sounds. If you even look here for the future reference, if you like them, you can go ahead and just press save from this area right here. We're going to go ahead and see what this video is looking like. Great. So I like this right here. And what we can see is the template is pretty much timed areas. So there'll be a video for 2.2 seconds, 0.6 seconds, 0.5, so on and so forth. So now all we have to do is add our own media. So we press add media. I would suggest that you scroll to maybe an event that you attended or a family gathering so that all of the footage makes sense together. One thing to take note of is how many pieces of media you need for this particular template. So let's give it a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to use pictures for this. So I had an event that I attended where I was a speaker and I have 6 good pictures that I want to use. Another thing I want you to take notice of is that this is a reel. So you're going to want it to be in that vertical format. So I'm not going to use any of my horizontal pictures because I don't want to zoom in and lower the quality. So I'm only going to pick the ones that are vertical already. So I'm going to click 1. So now we have the 7 images, and you can see that everything is complete because now this is completely grayed out, meaning that we can no longer select anything else to add to this template. After we're done, we'll go ahead and press next, and it's going to generate a reel for us using those time frames and that music. Let's hear it. Okay. Now, to further customize, we're going to go ahead and press next. Instagram has created this template for us. And other things that we can do to further customize is you see that there's text here. So we can click in here and see that there are a number of different texts that are also aligned with the slides in the template. So this dancing comes in on this particular video. So all we have to do now is just go in and customize it to what we want it to say. So I'll take some time to do that now, and I'll be right back with you. I changed my text to match more of what I was doing in these pictures here, and then just make sure everything was timed right. So let's give it a look. Other things you can do to further customize this reel is use the sticker icon to add any other GIFs or pictures that you want to add. One thing I would suggest is that you go ahead and just download this video. Now, also be mindful that it's going to say without the audio, but you might want to use it for something different in the future. I always like to have a copy of anything that I create. So you press save, and that will go to your camera roll. You can add additional text if you needed to, but if you are happy and done with it, just go ahead and press next. And then you add your caption. You can draft it or go ahead and post it. What we just did was use a feature right inside of Instagram to create reels from templates. Templates allow us to have pretty much a plug and play way for us to input our photos and videos to create an awesome reel without all of the hassle. It's timed for us. We literally just insert whatever media we have in there and export a reel made with a template from somebody else. I think this is a no-brainer way for you to be able to use all of the extra content stored in your phone and be able to show up more consistently on Instagram. Comment below with an event or an occasion that you're going to be using a Reels templates for. If this is the first video in the 30 days of content repurposing tutorials that you have enjoyed, I am inviting you to go and watch all of the other videos that I have for you. Remember that you can also look in the description to go ahead and grab the content calendar and the journal that I provided for you. Are there times when you just don't want to be on camera, but you still want to post a video on social media? Well, how about you just type out your thoughts and post them? Welcome to day 26 of content repurposing tutorials, where I'm sharing with you time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a text typing video that you can post as a reel on Instagram. For this type of typing video, I'm going to suggest 2 apps, and that's either going to be the Notes app, or you can have the Pages app, and I'll show you how to do both of those. So we're just going to go into our Notes app, and you want to think of a phrase or something that you want to say. This is just for when you're feeling lazy, but you can literally just type what you're feeling. Type what you are feeling, right? So you have that. Other things that you can do is, if you don't want it all the way up here, so we have to be mindful of the framing, is we can just click down a little bit and type. But here is the trick for the screen recording. If you're on an iPhone or whatever your device you use, I'm going to swipe down and I'm going to press this record button. This is for my screen recording. If I hold it down, it can have the microphone on or off. I'm going to have it off for this time because I'll just use music, and I'm just going to press screen record. Now, how we know when we're recording is that this little box right here will turn red, and now we can type as needed. You can also customize like your font. So if you want it bold, so I'm going to press here, and we can make it a heading or a subheading or body or what have you. So I'm just going to use a heading to make it nice and bold. So I'll press title, and it'll be bold, and it can be italic, and I'm just going to come right here and start my typing. So I'll press X right here, and then I'll come and just start my typing. I like all my mistakes. Shows people that I am not a robot. I am superhuman, and so I'm cool with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press this button right here to stop my screen recording, and then we'll show you what the video looks like. So you head on over to your camera roll, wherever yours is. I know mine's is buried beneath, and we'll look at the latest video. And now we can press play. We can, you know, I made a lot of modifications, so I'm just going to slide by to get right to this point right here. Press play. All right, and so you can see the typing video is here. One thing I want you to take notice of is that this is the entire screen, and as you can see, this little button here, my assistive touch, is still in the screen, but I don't mind. We can take this exact same video and go over to Instagram, customize it, and post it. So we'll go on over to Instagram. We're going to press the plus button, then we're going to go to our recording and press next. Now what we're going to do is we are going to trim it down to where we start. And then when it is finished, we can also trim down some of the other stuff right here. And I'll put my correction in there. Other things I want you to take note of is that we can speed this up. So at the moment, this is about 25 seconds, and I would want it to be less. So there is a plus button right here, and we can speed it up 1 time, 3 times, 5 times. So I'm going to see what 4 times does. Other things that we can take notice of is that our screen is actually larger than our recording. So we can pinch to zoom to make that fit just a little bit better, to take off some of that top side. So I'm just pinching and just zooming in just a little bit so we can cut off all the edges that are missing, and we'll have the screen right here. I can make this a little bit bigger just so my keyboard looks decent. So play around with that and just make sure you can fit in all of your assets so it looks as natural as possible. Okay, like my assistive touch is still there, but it's all good. Other things that we can do is to add music. So I'm going to press the music button right here, and I'm going to search this time for some lo-fi. And let's give a listen to some of these. So I'm looking for a nice reflective one. So I'm going to use that first one right here. And then we're just going to press it. This is where you can change where the music starts if you need to. And I'm going to press done. And I always tell you all to make sure that you save a version of it, even though the music will not be with it. It gives you the nice framing so that you can repost this on other social platforms without having to modify it too much. You know that you can go right here to the sticker button to continue to add whatever else you want to make it nice and festive, or whatever you're doing with it. And then after we're done, we're going to press next. And this is where you can go ahead and add those captions, draft it, or go ahead and post it straight away. Another app I really like to be able to make this type of typing screen recording is going to be Pages. So we're clicking Pages here, and I just already typed down a couple. You can go ahead and make it bold, you can make it italic, you can underline it, you can change this position, you can click this little P button right here and continue to change your paragraph style. So I'll go ahead and choose title. And then you can have heading red, caption, all this great stuff. So I'm going to use caption, which is going to be all capitalized. And then I'll continue to press X here and then go ahead to start writing. I said what I said. Right? But don't forget to actually screen record. So I would need to scroll down, press my screen recording, and continue to follow all of those steps to be able to import it over to Instagram. Creating good content does not have to be hard or difficult. As we learned today, we can use a screen recording of our thoughts and be able to post that as a reel or video on all of our social media platforms and still show up consistently. Comment below what your favorite way to create faceless content. Join me tomorrow for day 27, where I'll show you how to make a tutorial with a screen recording. Have you ever needed to show somebody how to do something on a phone but wanted to send them something they can follow visually? I got you covered. If you have followed any of my phone tutorials before, you know I have this little floaty button right here. So the first step is going to be get your assistive touch on. So let me show you how to do that. We're first going to go to, well, in my phone, settings, and then we're going to go down to accessibility. From accessibility, we're going to press touch. And in touch, we're going to go to assistive touch and make sure that this is on. When you turn it off, you see my button goes away, and now I can't give you any information on where to go or what to press because I don't have that navigation. So when I press it on, I don't need this right here, but at least now I can guide you on the screen on what it is. Assistive touch is pretty much just another option on how you can use that middle button that we used to have on the iPhones, because mine broke a while ago. So this is how I even know how to use this. But I can press it and you can see I have all of the various different navigation things that I can use if we have those buttons or the controls that we use with our fingers. So that's assistive touch. So now I'll come out of here, and assistive touch is going to be step number 1. So you can guide people with your fingers and show them what to press and where to go. The second tool that we want to make sure that is available to us is going to be screen recording. So in my phone, all I have to do is like swipe down like this, and I have my screen recording right here. So let's make sure that you have that option as well. We're going to go back to settings, click on settings, and now what you're going to do is in your control center, click that and make sure that you have screen recordings already selected from the apps that we have. If you don't see it, let's pretend that it wasn't here and remove it. So if you don't see screen recording right here in your control center, you're going to scroll down until you see it, screen recording, and press plus. Now screen recording has been added back, and you can change the area or where it is in order by using these little 3 buttons and just moving it up. Now screen recording will be in our control center. That's step number 2. The other thing that when it comes to screen recordings that you want to make sure that you're aware of, especially if you're going to be using your voice to tell people how to do things, is you want to long press on this button and make sure that the microphone is on if you're using your voice to tell people what to do. If not, no big deal. After that, you're going to go ahead and press screen recording. The third thing is to know what you're actually showing people. So for this particular example, I'm going to show people how to post on Instagram. So we'll walk through all the steps once more, and I'll make my tutorial. So here we go. First thing, I have my assistive touch on. So that's great. It's always on for me. So if you want to turn it on and off, that's on you. Mine is always available. I'm going to go ahead and swipe down. I'm going to long press on the record button, and I'm going to press microphone on, and I'm going to start recording. Okay, the way that we know that it's recording is when we see this red button up here, that means it is on. And when we want to finish recording, we can also press that same button to be done. My third step is now showing people how to post on Instagram. So now I'm narrating. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and press on Instagram. The next thing we're going to do is press the plus button. And now we're going to choose our piece of media or picture that we can post. So I'm going to post this one here. I'm going to click on it, and we have the number 1. Now I'm going to press next. And from here, I can trim if I needed to. Trim right here, or I can trim the beginning by clicking on here and moving it. And now that we've done that, we can either cancel or we can go to next. From this screen, we have the opportunity to download, add more music, further customize, and then we can press next. All right, so I feel like you get the point because the assistive touch is allowing me to guide. I'm also recording my screen, and now that I have shown people how to post to Instagram, I can now press this button right here, the number, and it will say stop screen recording, and I can press stop. And now what it's going to do is save that video to my camera roll. Let's head on over, take a look at that. We're now here inside of my camera roll, so let's take a look and listen. And now we're going to choose our piece of media or picture that we can post. So I'm going to post this one here. Creating screen recording tutorials is a great way to share information and cut down on frustration when you are trying to show somebody how to do something inside of their phone. It has also been a great time saver for me to be able to record something one time that can be shared multiple times for other people to understand and implement on their own. Comment below with a screen tutorial that you need to make for your audience. Things are wrapping up quickly for this 30-day content series, but I want to thank you so much for the time and attention that you've shared so far. If you need to rewatch any of these videos, they will always be available to you. And if you've received any value, please share this with other creators or business owners that need more content ideas that's going to save them time and hassle. Text carousels are great, but learning how to add photo and video can make them even better. Welcome to day 28 of Content Repurposing Tutorials, where I've been sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a carousel that incorporates photos and videos. We're going to head on over to canva.com and type into the search bar carousel. Now we're going to look through these carousels and find a template that we like that we can continue to modify. Just a quick reminder that if you see the crown, that is a pro plan, but they have plenty of them without the pro that will be free for you to use if you have the free plan. We're going to pick this one right here, and then we're going to continue to customize. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and go to the brand, and you just go ahead and just shuffle through your brand colors, you know that if you have the free account, you can have one of these brands. And if you have the pro account, you can do as many as you want to. But find a color that works for you. We're going to go with this one here. I'm going to go ahead and search through and find the slides that you like, and the ones that you don't necessarily care for, you can go ahead and get rid of. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one right here, and I'm going to further customize this one with my brand colors. We'll keep the yellow theme for now, and maybe I only want to use 2 or 3 pages in this one right here, and the rest of them can just go. So I can click here, I can click right here, and then click shift and then right click and delete the 6 pages, so I can only work with the 3. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a photo in here, and in my brand colors I already have a photo of me. I'm just going to put this here in a place that makes sense. Remember to always go back over and change any of the information, so you can either delete it or just change the information. And on the next slide I'm going to add a video. So one of the great things about Canva is that it has videos and photos in there for you as well. So what you want to do here, you can go ahead and use the search bar. You can scroll through and see if any video relates to what you're speaking about. I'm going to use this since it references race. And then I'm going to go ahead and place that right here. So that's how to add the photo and video inside of the carousel. So that's just the basics of adding the photo and video. Now I'm going to go to my other example where we're going to export as well. So I have this here, and I've made my photos and I have my video and things of that nature. So one of the things that you always want to do when it comes to exporting this is take note of the pages that have the video and the pages that have just photos, because we have to export them differently. So my first 1, 2, and my 5th page is just a photo. So when it comes to sharing, we're going to download those as a PNG or a JPEG. If we were to download this right now, the video would be 1 minute and 32 seconds, but we want to do that differently, especially when we upload it to Instagram. So I'm going to press share, and I'm going to press download, and now I'm going to go to PNG. Okay, and then when it comes down to it, I'm going to unclick all of them, and I'm only going to download page 1, page 2, and page 5 that do not have videos, and I'm going to go ahead and press done and download that to my computer. Once that is complete, we're going to go to our video pages and ensure that they are the length that we want it to be. So I'm going to click on this video right here. You see it's 28 seconds. We're going to click on this here, and then we are going to minimize. So you can go ahead and scroll through the area of the video that you want, and you can see how long it's going to be right here. So I don't mind it being about 4 seconds, and I'm going to press done. Now this video will only be 4 seconds long. Then I'm going to go to my next video, and I'm also going to click on it. This is 49 seconds. So I'm going to scroll down and make it a shorter video as well. Other ways that you can edit the video is you can mute it if it doesn't have any sound. So I can go ahead and press that, and now it will not have any sound. Or I can turn it down if I needed to, but for this particular video, I don't need any sound, so I'm fine with it being all the way off. So you can click here to mute it all the way. And there are a number of different ways that you can go ahead and continue to edit the video should you need to. So in the edit video in Canva, they've gotten so advanced. You can even remove the background. You can add filters, things of that nature. Change this the duration again, as I mentioned earlier. You can crop, you can flip it. You're not limited on what you can do with the video that you put inside of this carousel. But now what we're going to do is we have to export these 2 videos separately. So page number 3, I'm going to go ahead and download it. I'm going to once again unclick all of them. We're going to go specifically to page 3 and press done. Now for page 3, I'm going to download that, and it's going to go to my downloads. And then I'm going to go ahead to page number 4, and I'm going to go ahead and press download. We're going to choose page 4, press done. We know it's an MP4 video, and press download. One of the things I want you to also make sure you take note of is this is a 1080 by 1350 width size for the actual carousels. So you can do 1080 by 1080 or 1080 by 1350. I like 1350 because it gives you a little bit more areas to play around with when you're posting it. Now that we have that downloaded, you want to make sure that you go ahead and unzip the file that Canva did so that you can have your pictures and videos. So I'm going to select them all. I'll press 1, then I'll press the shift button and go all the way down. I'm going to right click and then go to share and airdrop. And then I'm going to choose iPhone. Great. Let's head on over to my iPhone. Now we have these files inside of the phone. And now we're going to go over and upload them into Instagram. We'll open up Instagram. We're going to go to the plus button, and we're going to go and scroll over down here to post. Now what we want to make sure that we do is we add this in order. So I'm going to click on my first page, which is going to be this one. Then I'm going to click on these 2 boxes here, and now I'm going to add the rest of them. So I have page 1. This is going to be page number 2. This will be page number 3. This will be page number 4. and this will be page number 5. Make sure that you add those in order. Okay, and also make sure that you tap the first picture first so the orientation will be the same. Now we're going to press next. We can scroll through to make sure everything is in order. If you happen to not have it in order, you can just hold it down and slide it into the place where it belongs. All right, hold it down and slide it to the left or to the right where you know that the order is correct. All right. Once we have that there, we can go ahead and press next. Once it's uploaded to your profile, what you'll see here is 1 of 5. So that means there's 1 of 5 different templates in your carousel, and you can just scroll over to see the various ones, and your video ones will automatically play as a part of this particular series over and over again. Also make sure that if you want sound on this particular carousel that you don't mute it like I did, but I didn't need any sound for this one here. Using carousels is a great way to get your message across, and coupling it with photo and video is an even better way to make sure that your message is received by your audience. In this video, we learned how to create a carousel with photo and video inside of Canva. We chose a Canva template and further customized it, and we had different slides that had videos and pictures. Now to export, we made sure that we exported all of the picture graphics first, and then we individually exported the slides with videos. After we did that, I went ahead and I airdropped them to my iPhone, where I uploaded them into Instagram in order. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please comment below for the next photo and video carousel that you will make next. Remember, in the description below, you can grab the content calendar and journal where you can take notes of all your favorite tutorials from this series. I'll see you tomorrow. Going live on Instagram is a great way to share your thoughts and capture some awesome content that you can use for days, weeks, months, and even years. Welcome to day 29 of content repurposing tutorials, where I've been sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to go live on Instagram to create even more awesome content. So now we're here in Instagram, and what we're going to do first is go ahead and press this plus button, and we're going to make sure that we scroll over to live. We're here in the pre-live screen. I'm going to go over all of the options that you have. So the X is clearly to just exit out, to leave the screen and not go live. Then we have this drop down right here, which share with everyone. This is where you can choose if you're going to go public with your live or if it's going to be a practice. For this one, I'm going to put practice here, and now no one will be notified that you are actually live. You can just practice. You can invite certain people in too. We'll go over that in a moment. Then we have this gear icon right here, which will allow you to change a couple different settings. Your default camera, this will say if you want your settings on the left side or the right side. Then you can also give it camera roll access should you choose. After that, go ahead and press done. Now let's go on over here to details. And in details, you can add a title. If it's a brand partnership or something like that, you can add that and you can update those details. So I'm just going to put a title in here for you all. Practice, and I'm going to update my details. Now the live itself will be named practice. If you've seen titles in people's lives, that's where they have named that. They have some new things here. So you might not have this feature in a couple of my other profiles. I don't have this feature, but games is new. So I'm just going to tap it and learn with you. Let's see. So this or that or trivia. So there's some games that you can play with your audience for more engagement. And then also there's a calendar where you can actually schedule your live and let people know. Now down at the bottom here, to the left and to the right of my actual go live icon, these are different filters. So different filters that I might use. So there's one for green screen where I can add some different media up in here. I can add a little handheld one. There's lots of different ones that you can play with. I like green screen the most because I can show off so many more demonstrations for things that I want to utilize for the live stream to help improve the learning experience. It's up to you, but you do not have to use any filters, but there are thousands to choose from. So from here, we're just going to press go live. And what it will do is give you a countdown. And now it tells us that we're in the practice live. Here are a few other options that you have while you're in the live itself. You can use this microphone to mute your microphone and just press it. And when the slash is through it, it is muted and you can unmute it. You can also do the same for your video. It'll be off and then you can turn it back on should you choose to. You have the option to flip your camera if you have other things to show. And then right here, you also have some more filters that you can utilize, which is going to be right down here at the bottom. Then you can also access your games from inside. Let's move down here to where we see the comment section. This is where you yourself can comment as well. And then also you can press the plus button if you wanted to request to have somebody else join. In my particular region, I don't have this option to have other people join me in the live because I live in the UAE, but people in the UK, US, and all these other places, you will have the option to successfully add somebody to your live. So the option is there for me, but I have trouble getting that other person connected, so I don't use it. Then we have the plus button right here where you can invite other people to the live. So even in your practice round, if I wanted to invite somebody to come and view the live with me as I'm practicing, this is where you would do that. You have a question bubble here where if people have questions, specific questions, they can use that question bubble to go ahead and ask any questions they may have for you. And then you have the send, so you can send this to other people to come and view your live as well. Now in the comment section, I can say, invite 3 people, right? And post it. Then I can also from there tap on this comment and I can pin it. This is great for anything that you want to have people do, whether it's DM you a specific word, invite somebody, or make sure that they follow you. You can put that message on there and pin it because other messages just flow through and eventually it will leave the screen. A live that is not in practice mode in this particular area will show you how many people are live. And then in this drop down box, it will show you who is going live. So if you had other guests, this is where they would show up as well. To end the live, all you have to do is press the X and you can end now. And then after that, you have a few options. You can view the insights for who was on your live. So we can tap there and just see. This will give you the data on who came and you can see the engagement and things of that nature. You can go back. You can discard this video and not use it, meaning it will not be in your archives and you don't need it, or go live with more people. Let's click that button. That button just allows you to start a brand new live. We can get out of this area right here and I'll show you where you can find your lives once they are done. You'll press these 3 buttons right here, go to archive, and then make sure that in this drop down menu you have 3 options: story archive, post archive, and live archive. Make sure you hit that live archive. Then you can see right here is where that last live is. I can tap on it. And the options that we have with this particular live, which is going to be the great part about going live, is that you can utilize this information again to create more content. You can share this live to your profile by pressing the share button right here. You can download it to your phone by pressing download, or you can delete it. Going live is a great way to connect with your audience in real time. I love using lives not only to connect with my audience, but to also get more content from questions that people in my live are asking. I can then take that live after that and use many of the videos in this very series to repurpose it. So make sure that after you go live, download it, review the series again, and look at all the different ways that you can repurpose that same content. A few topics that you can discuss in your live is any Q&A, question and answer things that people want to know. You can also show some behind the scenes and information on what is upcoming. What makes going live even more special is that you can do it right from your phone device. You don't need a big fancy setup, and you can just go live right from your phone and be connected with your audience immediately. Let me know what the topic for your next live will be in the comments. Tomorrow is our final day in this 30-day content series, and I'm so happy that you've joined me for 1, 2, 20, or even 30 days. Thank you so much for your support. Please feel free to share this series with another creator that can use any of the tips or tricks or ideas that I've shared over this amount of time. Do not forget to go ahead and grab your content calendar and journal in the description below, where you can continue to journal and jot down ideas on what you can use from this series in the future. See you tomorrow. Do you need a way to boost your engagement and get more comments on your Instagram post? Keep watching. Welcome to day 30. That's right, 30 days. Yes, we made it. Welcome to day 30 of content repurposing tutorials, where I have been sharing 30 days worth of time-saving content ideas for all of you busy creators out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to use Instagram comments to make reels. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up Instagram, and then we're going to go to the notifications, which is the heart right there. Now what we need to do is find a comment. So yours might not look like this, but just find a comment. But at the top of my profile, I have people you may follow, comments, followers, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go ahead and press comments. When you get to your comment section, you want to scroll through the comments and see if there are any questions that your audience has asked you that maybe has come up a few times, or something that you want to address specifically. So I don't have a question here, but I have something referencing a post that I made that I feel would give value to this creator. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the comment here, and we're going to scroll down to that comment again until we see it. So we see this here that she referenced that she liked what I posted and needed to do it for herself. So I'm going to press reply. So typically your regular response would be just in text again, but I'm going to click reply again. And right here, you'll see a camera and you'll see it also referencing that person. So I'm going to use this camera and it's going to come to me. Now we have the question or the comment inside of the reel template. So it says, loves this. I'm going to have to make one of these because I've just been promoting in stories. Now I can directly address this particular comment in my stories with myself. And I'll be explaining why I did that particular piece of content and how it's been helpful for me. I totally agree that you should. One of the reasons I did is because a lot of people don't know what I'm doing across different platforms. So having another piece of content just let people know, like, hey, I have some videos over on YouTube here on the topics was a great way for you to do that. And it was simple. I already have tons of thumbnails and I can just put inside the Canva template and post it for other people to know that I got things going on. So go ahead and tag me when you do it so I can know you got going too. This little card right here can be moved anywhere, even after you record it. So you can go ahead and just press next if you're ready to continue to edit. So I'll press next. Now that we're in the next screen, we can continue to customize this and take out any mistakes or add any other things that we need. So we'll go to the timeline editor. And I know throughout here I messed up somewhere, but you have the option to click on the media right here. You can speed it up, you can split it, reorder, replace it, or crop it, or discard it altogether. So you have all of those options. So if I wanted to split this right here and get rid of that section, I have that ability. Other options that we have is to add audio, text, edit, add clips, and there's a clip hub, stickers. There's so many different variations that we can do to continue to customize this particular response video. After you've done your customizations, but before you add your music, what I want you to do is go ahead and just save that video to your camera roll, because this is a way that you can go ahead and continue to share to other platforms without having your voice and audio muted. So after you've saved you a copy of your response video, go ahead and add your music, and then you can go ahead and press next. And here you can add your description, tag a person if you need to, you can draft it, or go ahead and post it. I'm going to go ahead and show you what a comment response looks like in your feed. I responded to this gentleman, Alex, to connect. So I'm going to go ahead and view the reply. And what you have here is the text as well as the reference to the reel where I responded to their question. So any member of your audience and the person who asked the question can click and view your response. Creating reels from comments from your audience is a great way to engage with them and answer their specific questions. It's an awesome way to gauge the needs and to also help you create future content. Responding to comments with reels is a great way to let your audience know that you actually care about what they have to say and that you're here to support them. I'd love to know some of your favorite ways to engage with your audience, so please comment with that below. Wow, 30 days. Listen, if you've been with me throughout this entire journey, I want to thank you so much. Whether you did it with me in real time or you're watching this sometime in the future, thank you so much for your support and engagement. Listen, please comment below with any questions that you have so I can do follow-up series or answer your follow-up questions as an educator I love to do. If you've gotten any value out of this series, I ask that you please share with other creators, share with any students, share with any business owners that can benefit from anything that I've shared over this amount of time. Remember, in the description below, there's a link where you can access a content calendar as well as a journal. So throughout this 30 days, you can go ahead and jot any ideas or questions that you may have for how you're going to incorporate this into your content strategy for the future. Once again, thank you so much for joining me for this 30-day content series, and I will see you next time.